All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Today we continue with our coverage of the women's football at the Olympics. It's the quarter-final stage today as the United States face Japan. It should be a really interesting game. Both these two sides have had very successful tournaments up to this point, so it's going to be a tough contest and probably the US's first real test. Obviously, Germany was a difficult game. We saw how they handled that one, but today should be very interesting.
Yeah, very much so. As you say, two very good tournaments for these two sides. United States had a flawless group stage, looked really convincing against everyone they played. But Japan, as you say, is the highest quality team they've faced so far, in my opinion. And they're a side who, again, had a really strong group stage, only falling to Spain, and that was a 2-1 loss. A really, really good fight in that defeat. So, very impressed by both sides. It should be a very good game. Very intrigued to see how this is going to play out, because Japan have looked really, really strong. They've pulled off a heroic comeback against Brazil. US, they have had it their own way in mostly every game. Been brilliant coming forward, maybe a bit shaky defensively. Japan are the type of side that can test that defence and try and push through. So I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I think it'll be closer than everyone's expecting it to be.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think this will be a really tight game. I think most people expect it to be quite a close game, to be fair. On Japan, obviously they came out of what was a very difficult group with reigning world champion Spain, a side with history and prestige in Brazil, and of course Nigeria as well. We've got a really exciting team. So they did really well to come out of that, and in second place as well. I think that was a really strong group stage. It sets them up for good success. Obviously the USA, we're all very aware of their strength, and now coupled with a manager who can actually raise their level, I think that helps, and we've seen that the US played really good football this tournament. So I think this will be a really good game today. I hope it's close. I don't think the US will run it away with it. I think Japan are a really good side. So it's going to be interesting. The US might even be surprised.
Yeah, definitely. And expect goals whatever happens today, because something we've had at this Olympics quite a lot with these two sides as well is a bit of drama and a lot of goals. So keep an eye out for that.
Yes, definitely. So let's have a look then at the lineups for today's game. We will, of course, start with the USA. We are in the Parc des Princes in Paris for today's quarterfinal, and we'll start with the USA. It's a 4-3-3 for the US. In goal, it's Alyssa Neyer. Back four of Fox, Germer, Sonnet, and Dunn. Then in defensive midfield, Corden Albert comes in for obviously the suspended. Forgotten the name.
Oh dear.
Got a second yellow in the last match.
Carrot.
I'll work it out.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm
I'll
desperate to find it.
Okay,
now.
right.
Coffee, of course. Coffee in defensive midfield. Then Lavelle and Horan on the front line of Rodman, Swanson and Sophia Smith. So a very strong side. Of course, we saw Albert come in and score an absolute peach of a goal in the last game. Could you do that again?
I mean, very much so, yeah. It's a good USA side. Two omissions of the Davidson injury and the Coffee suspension. Apart from that, it's full strength. You bring in Sonnet and Albert. They're very capable to come in and do a job. They're both very good players in their own right. So I don't think that will be too much of a concern for the US. But I think today, as much as it is about getting their attackers on the ball and playing really nice football, they're going to have to be solid at the back. We've seen a few clumsy errors. I think they got away with a couple against Australia. Germany managed to score because of sloppy defending. And the first game, well, Zambia, they kind of wiped the floor of Zambia. But yeah, US is very important today. They get it right in every department of the pitch.
Yeah, let's talk about Japan's lineup then. 3-4-3, big changes here and a lot of interesting calls. In goal, it's Yamashita, a back three of Koga, Kumagai, and Minamai. And then across the four, Moriya, Hasegawa, Nagano, Kitagawa. And a front line of Seike, Tanaka and Fujino. So no Hinata Miyazawa, no Meiko Hamano. That's a huge call. And to keep Mina Tanaka, who missed so many chances in that Brazil match, they're big calls.
They are big decisions. I think sticking to Tanaka, she's a very, very good striker. She can score goals in a day. It wasn't a good game for her against Brazil. But overall, she's a very, very good striker. But yeah, definitely, those omissions of Hamano and Miyazawa are very, very peculiar. Perhaps it's because it's not even a sacrifice of changing shape, because you could easily play one of them out. You could play them out wide, but choosing not to do that either. There's some interesting decision making here. Clearly, feeling the 3-4-3 is the way to go against the US. I'm intrigued to see how this fares for Japan.
I'd expect it to be a 3-5-2, just because Fujino's more of a central midfielder. And Seike's a right winger, but she can play up front with Tanaka. But why not then play Miyazawa in midfield
Yeah.
and then Hamano up front.
Yeah.
Or play them both as wingers and play a 3-4-3. I really don't understand this team. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
I mean, it's impact from the bench, isn't it?
It is. It definitely is.
But by that point, against a side like the USA, you could be out the game by the time you're bringing on subs. So,
Yeah.
very interesting decision making from Japan. Really strong US side. I still think they'll give it a good go though, and I'm intrigued to see which way this game is gonna swing in, because I think it's going to be a game that for the majority of the match is going to hang in the balance.
Yeah, I need to go grab a drink before kickoff, so I'm going to do that quickly. In the meantime, Harry, give your thoughts heading into this one. It should be a very good match, though.
Yeah, it definitely should be a very good game. I think that it's imperative, like Australia did, for Japan to not concede early. If you give the US a lead, they're going to hold on to it. So you have to be careful of that. I'm very hopeful that Japan are going to turn up today and they're going to provide a really high quality performance that can take the game to the US. We know they've got the quality to. We know that this Japan side can play very, very good football. They've just got to make sure they can do it against one of the best teams in the world, and that is a very hard job to do. But Japan, very, very talented side, a lot of quality on the pitch and on the bench this afternoon. They could fare well today. But overall, this USA side, we know how good they are. They've had a formidable tournament, 9 points out of 9 in the group stage, 3 big wins against some tricky sides as well. Only 2 goals conceded. It's very, very good reading. If you are a USA fan and if you are a US fan, get involved in the live chat. Let me know what you're thinking going into this game. And if you're a Japan fan as well, or anyone, get involved, get chatting. But yeah, I think for the US, they're going to want to see another convincing performance with a front line have been absolutely deadly. I mean, watching that Smith, Rodman and Swanson front three has been brilliant. I mean, they've all looked quality. And it's very rare you see that. You rarely see a front three where everybody is performing in every single game. And I think it was Rodman who had a bit of a slow game in the Zambia one. But apart from that, all three have been firing on all cylinders for the whole of the Olympics. They're going to be formidable, and Japan are going to have to do a very, very good job if they want to keep them all at bay. And I mean, it's a massive bonus for the USA, because I say they've all three of them been firing, but even if one was having a bad game, the other two would still have enough quality to make such a difference. They're a really worrying opposition to play against the USA.
Yeah.
But Japan, they're going to remain defensive. They're going to give it a good go, and we know they've got the quality up front to score some goals today.
Yeah, and even so, they've got the quality on the bench if that isn't performing. So, yeah, US are, of course, the strongest side here, but I don't think there's a whole lot in it. I'm surprised by Japan's tactics today. I think that might make them a little bit too negative. And what we've seen is if you sit back against the US, it's not going to work, because they are eventually going to find a way through. They are eventually going to score a goal. And then you have to come forward. I find it a bit odd for Japan. I think they had the quality to go up against the USA, seriously take the game to them, and instead it looks like, at least on paper, they're going to sit really defensive and try and just see the game out.
Yeah,
so then get into a shot. I don't really know what the game plan
It's interesting. I mean, because I think the Germany and the Australia games are brilliant representations of what you're talking about. For the first half, in the Australia game, the first half they sat back and they were second best by a mile. Second half, they went for the game and they challenged the US at certain periods. Germany game, they went defensive, they then conceded early. When they actually then went for the game, they equalised. But then they went and sat back again, they lost the game. So yeah, very much, if you sit too defensive because USA are one of those sides where if you sit deep against them, it doesn't matter how deep you sit, they'll find a way through, because they're too good. If you want to beat them, you've got to match them. You've got to go at them, put them under pressure.
Well, also, if they can constantly put you under a sustained period of pressure, it becomes very difficult to play out of that, because you're just constantly getting barrages of chances. Eventually, mistakes are going to creep into your backline, and the US will make use of those.
Yeah, 100%. So, Japan, go for the game today, and you could be rewarded.
But I don't think they will. It looks like they're going to play 3-5-2. Looks like they'll sit very deep, and I guess we'll see how that goes. But yeah, and then the decision, in my opinion, to drop Miyazawa, to drop Hamano, it leaves them very stunted in attack. But I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, Fujino's still a good player. I haven't seen enough for Seike to pass judgment, but I think it's a big call to drop one of the top scorers at the World Cup. I think Hinata Mizawa actually was the top scorer at the last World Cup in the end. Because she got quite a few goals.
Now. Yeah, she might have.
And then Hamano, who's also a very exciting attacker. I don't know, I just found it an odd decision.
Yeah, fair enough. Either way.
Especially in the Brazil game, those two were phenomenal. And a lot of the reason they didn't score more in that game and didn't win it more comfortably is because Mina Tanaka missed so many chances.
That is true. But, I mean, Tanaka on her day is a lethal striker.
Of course. But the problem is she's not been on her day this tournament. I find that a big call.
But also, now, today, players have to step up to create our chances.
Oh yeah, definitely, and I'm sure with the wing backs they'll have a bit of width there, but I still think they lose that directness and that transitional advantage they have when you've got Miyazawa, you've got Hamano players that when you play that in behind, they're going to have the pace to go and really challenge the US. That's where they would have success today, where the US are perhaps not able to defend those counterattacks because they are so high up the field. Yeah. That's where you could spring forwards. I think Japan will still look to play transitional, but it's more difficult when you don't have pacey wide players.
Yeah, it's an opportunity today for someone on that Japanese side to step up and perform to the highest level that you need to in tournaments like these. A win today sends you through to the semi-finals, and at that point, you've got there's a very high chance you're going to be coming home with a medal. So this is an absolutely massive game for both these sides.
And in that regard, Japan have had a very difficult tie here, because I think if you put them up against anyone other than Spain and the US, I would be backing them to come out. I'm quite confident they would come out as winners. The USA, though, a really strong side. I think it's a really difficult challenge for Japan. Should be a very good game, though.
Yeah, definitely so. I think either way, they're going to give it, even if they do lose, they're going to give it a good game. It's going to be an exciting one, and I expect them to hang in there for the majority of the 90 minutes.
Yeah, shall we get into some predictions then? Yes. Harry, I'll let you start. Of course, if you are watching along, 27 people watching right now, get involved in the live chat. And of course, make sure to vote in the poll, because there's 27 people watching, only 14 votes. So do make sure to vote in the poll if you haven't already. And of course, get your score prediction in the live chat. Harry, what is your prediction for today's game?
I think it'll be a very close game, but I feel I would be foolish to go against Emma Hayes and the USA. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 USA win. But I think it'll be one of those where it's a lot less convincing than the scoreline actually looks. I think USA will take the lead through Sophia Smith. They'll then go 2-0 up through a goal from Rodman. Japan will then get one back through Tanaka, and then it will be a third goal very late on for the US, and that will come courtesy of, I'll go Dunn.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it will be tight. I think this might go all the way to penalties. I think I'm going to say 2-2. US to just take it on penalties. I think if it came down to it, I've already seen Tanaka miss a penalty this tournament. It doesn't instill confidence in me. I think if it goes the distance, which I think it will, then if it comes down to penalties, I think the US have it. In normal time, I think it'll be 1-1. I think the US will score early, Trinity Rodman with that, and then Japan will get something in the second half through Miyazawa off the bench. And then in extra time, I will say Smith to score for the US and Hamano to score for Japan.
Right.
Penalties, US take it.
Fair enough. Like it. I like it. But yeah, we like a penalty shootout on here. Who doesn't like a penalty shootout in football?
Very true.
But yeah. And I said there's a chance tonight. Obviously, we could go all the way. That's what you want to see. I mean, it's nice to see in football, isn't it? When you have a game between, it depends on the game. If the game's a very close game and you can't decide either side, you want to see it go all the way. You want to see 120 minutes of two really high quality sides going at it against each other.
Yeah, very, very true. Hathaway says, hi guys, back to have you in the background. We're watching from Boston. Well, thank you for tuning in, Hathaway. Hopefully it is a good game today. And I hope you enjoy it as much as we will. It's going to be interesting to see how Japan give a fight to the US today. They're clearly going to try and play very defensive football, and whether or not that works is going to be interesting to see, I think.
Yeah, very much so.
This will be an interesting tactical game. Like, we've not seen that too much this Olympics.
No.
I think it's been very end-to-end football. A lot of sides don't really know what they're doing tactically at the moment because I don't know, it's just been a bit interesting. But I think with this game, where Japan are clearly trying to set up very defensively, it's quite difficult for the US to break them down in stages. If they do break them down, it's really interesting to see how Japan then respond to that.
Yeah, definitely so. And hopefully, I mean, if for the sake of a competitive game, Japan will respond to it and will deal with it.
If they concede.
Yeah, good point. Exactly that.
If they
manage to contain this US front three, that will be one I mean, that would be a victory in itself.
Yeah. Very true. Well, it will be Japan, I believe, to get us started.
Thought it was the US.
In the Parc des Princes in Paris. It will be the US. And it is Mallory Swanson over this, waiting for the referee's whistle. And now knocks it back, and we're underway. USA versus Japan for a spot in the Olympics semi-finals. Very exciting stuff. Who will come out on top? We'll find out over the next 90 minutes, or perhaps more if it goes that far. But yeah, so US immediately being pushed back here. Sonnet and Naya. I'm intrigued to see how they get on without Coffey in there today. I think Albert's a decent player.
Yeah. I mean, the goal was
She's
phenomenal
not
against Austria.
She's not Coffey.
But, scoring screamers from 20 yards isn't really what she's in there to do.
Yeah. Emily Fox. Now Germa.
Been very impressed with Fox, across the last year, really, and carrying that into this Olympics once again.
Yeah, she's happened to life at Arsenal very well. Yeah, so far, US having all of the ball. Germa. Across to Sonnet.
I mean, this is definitely going to be the story of today.
What is?
US having the ball. Japan happy, just let them have the ball. The big main part will be is that when the US try and move the ball forwards, how will Japan react and what's going to happen then? Because here we go. This is the first demonstration of it.
Flicked on by Lavelle. Horan will try and push it forwards. Good header away. Smashed forwards by Moria. Seike can't compete in the air. Rodman, lovely poke round the corner into Horan. Horan has to turn and try and make something happen. Nothing on immediately there for Lindsay Horan.
No.
And it's won back by Japan. Seike looks to go on a drive. She shifted it across. Fujino, manages to find Tanaka. That's a poor pass.
Yeah.
Tanaka just hasn't been on it this tournament. She missed so many opportunities in the Brazil game. That was sloppy. That was really poor as well. I think it was Minami there. Just getting caught out. No, Koga. Getting caught out there by Sophia Smith. Smith plays it inside. No one reacts. It's smashed a bit haphazardly away.
Ref got in the way there a bit. But yeah, very interesting to see that Japan, they moved it forwards well. They won it back off Horan in the middle, moved it forwards well. And yeah, the final pass on Tanaka just wasn't good enough. And then I think an error that Koga got away with in the end.
Yeah, she just got caught on the half turn on the halfway line. Smith then broke away, but Japan got back in and were able to handle it. So it looks like Seike playing left wing, Fujino playing on the right wing. Very much a 5 for Japan in the back line. And that's a ball forwards from US, attempting ball forwards, but Minamai will come and get it, send it back up the line. That's a terrible pass just into the middle of the field. No real target to that one. And it just means the US have possession again. Here is Swanson.
A little bit sloppy
Fox.
from Japan so far.
Lavelle. Yeah.
And the problem is you don't get away with being sloppy against the USA.
Playing blind passes into the middle of the field is something that isn't going to be very effective, I don't think.
No.
But I don't even feel like Japan at the moment aren't focusing on trying to get the ball forwards, but instead making sure they don't concede. Here's Fox. Germa. Sonnet. Albert, immediately pressure on her, but she plays out of it well, going back to Germa. But for US, for Japan there, it's just limiting their forward passes. We see Albert getting the ball there. She turns, she's looking for options. Shows her body she wants to try and play the ball forwards, but because of that press in there, it's not possible, and she's forced backwards. Just about stopping those progressive passes, and again, it's a good interception there, and Hasegawa will now look to play it out. Tanaka. That's a poor pass again from Tanaka, and they've won it high up the field. The USA here cuts inside Smith, and it's blocked well.
Yeah, Japan, what they're doing is they're doing the right things in the right areas. They're not trying to win the ball back on the halfway line, not trying to win the ball back in USA's half. They're winning it when the US come forward, which is when it matters. They're not going to run around chasing after the US all afternoon, wearing themselves out and allowing themselves to be played through. Let the US have the ball in their own half. When they enter into your third, then you win the ball back and then you go. And that could work for Japan if they keep getting it right. They've got to be a bit more accurate with the passing though, and just start to cut out the sloppiness a little bit.
Yeah. Swanson goes back to Sonnet. Now here's Germer. Ball inside from Fox. Albert slides it through. Lindsay Horan now. Ball inside. It deflects off, and now Japan will look to come forwards.
I felt like
just picked up.
Didn't feel like a good ball in there from Horan. That's a better ball.
Swung in by Sonnet. Horan back post. Header on target. Yamashita. No issues with claiming that one. Just didn't drive enough power through. It's quite difficult for Horan there because of the type of ball it is. It's very high.
She's offside.
Very flat. And yeah, she says she's not really able to generate much
glance
power.
Off top of her head. She doesn't jump into the ball. She just lets the ball hit her on the head.
Yeah, not much else she could have done, to be fair.
Not a great header. Wouldn't have counted anyway. Yeah, good save.
Minami tries to play it forwards, and Sonnet does win the header there. Tanaka was gambling on her missing it. Here is Tanaka. They'll look to come forwards now. Kitagawa loses it. Sonnet under pressure, but they will play out successfully. The US once again. Albert, Fox, Germer. The biggest issue for the moment in Japan is that link up in attacking areas, and I wonder if it's just because these players haven't played a whole lot together.
Maybe, yeah.
Like the Japan game was Ueki and Tanaka with Hamano in middle midfield. Obviously the Brazil game we saw on the flanks, it was Hamano played up front with Tanaka and then Miyazawa joined from a midfield area.
Yeah.
And against Spain it was Fujino and Miyazawa. So this is Seike's first start, and it's the quarter-final stage, which is a bizarre choice.
It's a weird one. Is it purely down to the manager picking players based on opposition, or I don't know.
Potentially.
I mean, I'd love to,
but I don't know what Seike offers you that Hamano or Miyazawa don't.
Yeah,
and there are aspects of the game which I think Hamano or Miyazawa, I think either of those would offer you something that Seike perhaps doesn't. But it's interesting from Aikida. Here's Germer.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued.
But they're doing a good job at the moment, Japan.
They are
just setting in nicely.
They're managing really well. But again, that's the thing, you look at that. As soon as that ball tries to get into their half, Japan are on it.
Kamagai there, just winning it back, and now Moriya can carry it forwards. Oh, there's a player on the deck. So the play will be stopped there. This is Mallory Swanson. Just in some discomfort. Yeah, no intention there from Kamagai.
No.
Slightly misses the ball. Thing is, what she's trying to do there is put her foot in front of the ball.
Yeah.
Swanson runs in ahead of the ball, so then stands on her.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Swanson will be alright as well, hopefully. And yeah, we'll all move on. There you go. She's back to her feet now. A nasty one though.
Yeah, stands on the top of the foot. There is going to be a painful one, but she should be able to carry on. Lynn Williams is out warming up. She's traded her blue bandage for a red one today. Maybe that will bring her more luck.
Maybe. Japan get the ball back again.
Yamashita. Now it's with Kumagai. Koga. Back to Yamashita. And a ball long. Dunn heads it away. Horan Albert in there. Moriya. Into Mina Tanaka. Here comes Japan. Kumagai. Now Koga.
This worries me a little with Japan. I mean, they've managed to play well here, but the back three looks so far away from everyone else. I guess you've got Nagano in there and you're sitting right just in front of it. But you've got this five up front practically at the moment for Japan.
The problem is that they've gone so far back.
Yeah, and now it's getting messy because they've got no one to
They
play
can
through.
in possession. It's quite common you'll see a front five shape.
But not when the back three's that far away.
But yeah, because they've chose to go back there and the back three haven't pushed forward, it's created such a huge gap that then they're playing it around the back with no option forward.
Yeah.
But because the front five are in their attacking shape, they're not going to drop.
No.
So it just made the pitch very spread there. And Japan were quite lucky that US didn't pounce on them too quickly.
Yeah.
Because they may have well been caught out. And lost possession anyway. Japan throw now.
First 10 minutes, very even.
Yeah.
As expected.
Here's Rose Lavelle. Plays it through to Rodman. Rodman tries to poke it forwards. Can't quite.
Touch let her down.
To come forwards.
Touch let her down. She wanted to try and set it in front of her and have a shot.
Tanaka just can't quite hold on to that ball. And Germa gives it back to Naya. It's another game. Right, I don't want to judge after 10 minutes because she could, play really well for the next 80. But initially here, we're seeing Tanaka struggle again to get a foot on the ball, to take charge up there. There's been a few loose passes in there already. It's just that disjointedness in the Japan attack. It just means they can't come forward.
Germa definitely has the advantage in terms of the overall physical battle.
Oh, of course. Here is Rose Lavelle trying to bring it forwards. One back in there by Japan, smashed up the field by Kitagawa. Now Germa.
Yeah, Japan doing really well. They're stopping the US from getting anything meaningful going, which is absolutely massive. Because it's stopping the US getting the right players on the ball, like your Horans, like your Smiths and your Rodmans, who are going to cause you the most problems, and then you limit those players, which means they can't cause you any issues.
Yeah, I mean the Japan won't mind this too much, but 75% possession so far for the USA. But that suits Japan and what they want to do in this game. They don't want to have a lot of the ball because they know they're not as strong in possession as the USA. But setting up well out of possession, making sure they're as strong.
Australia did the same and only lost 2-1 in the end. Yes, that was a game that USA didn't really need to win, but still the same principles apply. They only lost 2-1, and for me, this Japan side is better quality than the Australia side.
Yeah.
And defensively, this looks like.
To be fair, I think both those sides suffer from the same issue in that they don't have someone who can put the ball back there.
Maybe, yeah.
But equally, I think that Japan are set up better than Australia were. That's why Gustafsson lost his job.
Yeah.
Germa.
The other thing is Japan have proven against Brazil that they're always in the game. They might be 1-0 down in the 91st minute, but 5 minutes later in the 96th they could be 2-1 up again. So never count Japan out.
Stephen Mason says Japan want to play a lower block than usual because the UWCNT have struggled against it, i.e. 0-0 against Costa Rica before the Olympics. The front three are better with space in front of them, I reckon. Definitely. And this is where we see them come to life here, where Trinidad Rodman looked to get down the line, but Minimo came across there.
The big thing that the US front three has is pace, but they can't run past people if there's no space to run into. Because Japan are playing deeper, if Smith runs past them, she's off the pitch.
Yeah.
So they've got to find another way through here, the US, or they've got to drag Japan forwards, which they're not going to do because they're sitting very,
And again, so what we've seen a lot of the tournaments, how the US beat teams is obviously in behind, as Stephen says, rightly. If they're spacing behind, they'll exploit that. Yeah. But Japan are playing a relatively high line here. What US also do to pull teams apart is make the pitch very, very wide. Now, the problem with doing that against a 5-back is that it doesn't leave gaps.
No.
So what they'll do is you put your swingers really wide because that pulls the fullbacks out.
Oh, really good great defender from Fox again.
Saker tries to come forwards there and can't. What you do is you pull your wingers really wide because either the fullbacks go out and there's gaps then between the centre halves for your players to exploit and to make central penetrative runs, or the fullbacks don't go out and they stay narrow and then there's space out wide for your wings to exploit. So it works in that regard. But when an opposition plays a 5-back like this, the wingbacks can go out and press players, can go out and chase things. Because we saw it there a moment ago when Rodman got down the right-hand side, rather than having clean air to run into, the left centre-half had come across, despite the fact the left wing-back had pushed forwards. Yeah. And that's a key difference. It doesn't work when you play against teams that are very well regimented and very well disciplined, and against 5-backs. And, well, clearly Japan are both of those things.
100%. Which then gives the USA something to think about.
Definitely.
But there's one coach that can have a think and come up with a new plan. It's Emma Hayes, though she might not need one, but again, that's not, great from Rodman.
Yeah, and obviously with, as football tends to go, things will change. Japan will start to tire.
Yes.
And when you tire, it's especially mentally. It's not even that physical tiring. It's that mental tiring because you're playing such a you're playing a style that requires such high focus and discipline. It means that once you start to tire mentally, little mistakes creep in and little gaps open up, little pockets for the US to try and exploit. Germa on the ball now. 15 minutes played then. Quarter of an hour. I mean, 2 shots I think for the US so far, 1 on target. They'd have been wanting more from the opening 15 here. They've just not been able to get through Japan very effectively. I think, and to be fair, the shot on target was Horan offside. Yeah. But obviously, since it wasn't flagged offside at the time, that still counts as a shot. Yeah. So, interesting. That's a really good assertive challenge in there from Kumagoi, sorry. Flick round the corner looking for Moria. Dunn will get back in there and have no issues there. And it's back now with Naya. Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see how long this will play out for. Whether Japan can play like this for 90 minutes and can maintain it at the same high level that they are at the moment. Be very, very difficult to. I mean, is their idea to play like this and score, or to play like this and take us to penalties?
I think they'll look to try and counter at some point because you'll notice, obviously, when the US are in possession, it looks like a 3-back because Dunn gets forward placed that left wing role and tries to make the pitch wide, and Fox slots into that right centre half role. Now, that does mean that if you can spring forward quickly, you can create 2-on-3, 3-on-3 scenarios, especially off things like corners and set pieces where that defensive structure might not be perfect. So the counter-attack is on for Japan today if they can make it work. There's also no reason they can't come forward in normal play. Because they are a good team. And you'll see here they're doing the same thing against the US. They're making the pitch wide. The key difference is here, if you look on the left-hand side, there's a lot of space for this fullback. And the US, you may be able to drag them out because they're playing a fullback.
Yeah.
It's a 4-4-2 out of possession. That's very Emma Hayes. We saw that with Chelsea a lot last season. And obviously seasons prior to that. But yeah, that is her favourite out of possession shape. It's no surprise to see them doing that. In fact, a lot of the tactical principles we're seeing on display are things that we've seen done at Chelsea.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's expected because it's stuff she's used and knows works. And it's quite interesting to see her doing with Dunn what she's done in the past with Niamh Charles. Because Charles, when she came to Chelsea, was of course a winger. Dunn is by trade a winger, but playing at left back, so that gives them a huge overload.
Yeah.
Yes, on the ball, Lavelle looking to switch the play, trying to find Dunn. Dunn gets under her control. Can she make something happen now? Finds Lavelle back in the midfield. No option forwards there, so forced backwards. Albert, Fox, Germa, Sonnet. Caden says, who do you think will win and score? Tough one to call, to be fair. Well, I predicted US win on penalties. You said the US would win 3-1.
I said the US win 3-1. But I'd be very surprised they score 3 goals now.
Things changed, though.
To be fair, we're only 18 minutes in.
Exactly.
I mean, Japan are making this game feel like, it's running away. They've got plenty of time. Japan are in no rush today to make this game be quick, to make this game be efficient. Their game is all about stop-start, not only in terms of the length, but in terms of making sure the US can't get anything going. Break up the play.
Seike putting pressure on Emily Fox there. Fox goes back to goalkeeper Yamashita.
Naya,
sorry, wrong end.
Swap goalkeepers halfway through.
Germa.
Or Fox played a hell of a pass.
Now Fox. Goes down the line. Rodman just about gets it under her control. Now plays it inside. Lindsay Horan slides it through. And here come the USA. And Swanson can't quite hold on to that ball. Would want to do better with that, I think, Swanson. She couldn't really get it under her control.
Yeah, no, just a heavy touch initially and then good defending to actually win a Japan throw in the end. Very frustrating for Swanson. Not only to not be able to do more of it on the pitch, but also to concede the throw.
Yeah. Germa.
But because she had so few touches, when she does get them, she wants to, get them on. She wants to hurry them up and wants to use them, use them wisely.
Yeah. Sonnet. Now done. Back to Sonnet. Trying to carry it forwards. Done. Sonnet again. Here's Germa. Fox changed her pass with Rodman. Now back to Germa. Finds a ball to Rose Lavelle. Lavelle keeps it in play. Does really well. Aikida thinks it's gone off. It didn't, to be fair.
No.
Albert.
Really good foot out from Lavelle. But again, it didn't go anywhere because it was good pressure. Yeah, she brought it forward initially, then she ended up having to go sideways.
They've got to try and execute that diagonal ball a bit more often. Because if Emily Fox, I mean, it's a very difficult pass, to be fair, but it's worth a gamble. If Emily Fox in that position, because there's a bit of space on the left-hand side, could have picked out Dunn,
Yeah.
then suddenly the US transition from a phase where they're still in this possession, they're in Japan's half, but that's not really looking like scoring phase, to playing a ball in behind and looking to make something happen.
Definitely. Yeah,
Snoop Dogg in attendance, by the way.
I'll say he was dressed as dressed as a horse rider earlier.
All right.
Like he was competing in the equestrian or something. I don't know.
I'm guessing that's what that red and blue jacket is that he's got on.
Maybe.
It's a little American jacket.
But yeah, this game is definitely not being played the way the US want to play it.
No.
And you can see Emma Hayes and Denise Reddy are doing a bit of thinking on the touchline. That isn't a great ball into the middle.
Seike does really well to hold on to that, but it's intercepted.
I tell you what, Japan could really punish if they start getting the passes right, because they have won the ball back a few times now, and then just giving it straight back to the US.
Yeah, it's a little sloppy.
The USA could be in trouble if Japan get one of these moves right.
Yeah, completely agree. Eboniako, welcome to the stream. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. He says, where are you from? Britons. Yes, we are both from England. And welcome to the stream.
Yes.
Welcome to the channel. Here's Fox. Horan on the ball now. Yeah, do remember, we are live later today for France-Brazil. We've been covering quite a bit of the women's football, the Olympics, trying to do a game for every match day or two. We will be live for both semi-finals as well, coming up on Tuesday. And, of course, the final. So look out for all of that. But here is Fox.
Yeah, the US will be hoping to be back in the hunt for Olympic gold. I think.
Yeah, of course.
Have they taken one gold medal before? I don't think so.
They definitely won gold, yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, Japan. Japan haven't won gold. Well, have they?
I'm trying to remember.
No, that's France. Forget that. That's my France-Brazil knowledge.
I was going to say, I think that both these sides have won gold before.
Yeah.
I want to say Japan took 2012 in London.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Google.
I think it was when I was doing the stream pages. I think that might be my France-Brazil knowledge. Because Brazil haven't won gold and France haven't won a medal. So that's what they're looking for. But ball looking over the top to Dunn doesn't pay off, but Lavelle's got it now. Plays it to Dunn. Dunn's, well, lots of things wrong with that. It's off the pitch and it's offside. So that's definitely a Japan ball.
Yeah.
A well-measured performance from Japan. That isn't a great clearance though, and that is out for a American throw.
The US have 4 gold medals
Yeah, they have quite
at
a lot.
Olympics. Japan don't have a gold. To be fair, they got a silver in 2012.
Oh, that was then, yeah.
Obviously, these two met in the final in 2012. Just a repeat of that game.
Wow, 12 years ago. Very different sides. This is good foot from Japan, and this is a good opportunity to knack her out wide to Seike.
Seike trying to slide it through. Here's Tanaka on the edge. That pass just doesn't come off there. It's Fujino back to Tanaka. It's just slightly behind her. And Mina Tanaka couldn't make it work, but here come the US WNT. Smith takes on the fullback, looks to get a shot away, ball across the box.
No one's gone with her.
It doesn't quite work out, and here is Yui Hasegawa.
Someone's got to anticipate what's going to happen there. And take a gamble. And I'd take a gamble on Sophia Smith getting past her opposing player and putting it in the box.
Yeah. Eboniako asks, do you support USWNT? Nope, we are purely neutral for this game. But yeah. In fact, we're neutral for the entire Olympics.
Yeah.
Of women's football, of course.
No Lionesses in action. It's a shame.
Yes.
That's alright. Love watching these two sides.
Thanks,
Although, big Emma Hayes fans, so maybe that does sway it a little bit.
That's true. If Kat Makara was on the pitch, then it'll be a different story. But yeah.
Really good run from Seke.
Okay, gets down the line well. Looking to take on Fox.
This has been a really good battle so far.
And Seke looking to take on Fox. Fox does well. Seke goes down. I'm not sure what that was in there, but it has been given us a free kick.
Oh, well
That's a bit of a soft one.
that looked nothing like a free. That looked like Fox fell over and then Seke fell over next to her.
Yeah.
And then the referee blew a whistle. I've been intrigued to watch this back. Here we go. So Fox commits.
No, to be fair, she does trip her up a bit. It's not in the sense that Seke's brought down by it, but it's the fact that she can't get to the ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bit of an odd one. We're going to watch the match live. Any pay TV channels? Well, if you're in the UK, it's available on Eurosport. Through Discovery Plus, we're watching it. If you're elsewhere, then unfortunately, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm sure if you say where you're from, someone in chat might be able to answer.
This is a good opportunity then for Japan to hit the front. There's a lot of people having a big discussion over this. I mean,
They have some sort of set piece routine here.
There's 5 or 6 Japanese players, not over the ball, but having a discussion. Very public discussion that the US could definitely listen to if they wanted to.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, this is a big chance in this game.
So there's Kitagawa and Hasegawa, I think, are the two over this. And there are a lot of players in the box. Could this go? I see Fujino lurking on the edge of the area.
I would cut this back. I don't think anyone.
I think
Smith might get out.
Ready there. It'd have to be quite powerful. Hasegawa will just put it in towards the near post, flicked up, but cleared away by Germa. Fujino heads it back in there. Headed away by Horan, and the US do get it clear well. Not bad from Japan there. Don't mind trying something inventive with that sort of set piece there. It's not a great position, to be fair. It's not one of those where you can just sort of lob it in the box and hope something happens. It's not one you can't get a shot from.
Because of where it is, you've always got to swing it away from the goal. And obviously, outswingers do work sometimes, but even outswingers are still heading towards the goal, whereas an outswinger from there does literally head away from the goal.
Yeah, unless you just sort of curl towards the back post and hope the goalkeeper gets caught out.
Yeah. Very hard to get those ones right.
Here is Fujino. Nice little exchange. Tanaka plays down the line. Here's a chance. But Fuka Nagano can't quite get there.
Yeah. Japan have had a decent spell in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I was thinking anything, yeah, obviously Japan will get tired playing the way they're going, but USA will get frustrated equally. Yeah, the fact they haven't been able to do anything, that is not very good from Tanaka, and that will run through for a USA ball.
Yeah. I really don't understand the decision from Aikida. I think in terms of Japan's front line, because I don't think they've looked very effective when they have got the ball forwards. And so I think it's not a decision that we see Miyazawa and Hamano both drop out the side today.
Yeah. Megan Rapinoe in attendance today, cheering on her former side.
And it's one back out of the field by Fujino.
Oh,
Not sure what she's trying to do there though. She's overhit that.
Japan could really punish in attacking areas if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I feel like they're letting the USA off the hook a little bit.
Definitely.
which would be very frustrating if in 6 minutes' time they are struggling. Also, Smith and Rodman have opted for the sleeveless shirts, or the rolling up the sleeves. Obviously, we saw all the Australian players do it in Marseille, in Paris today. It's interesting to see.
Yeah, it's just incredibly hot, I'm guessing, in France. Horan flicks that on well, and here come the US. Space for Smith. Can she get a shot away? It's a really poor effort there. Perhaps she either had to go across goal with the effort or try and pick out a teammate.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant
flick on from Horan. It's just footballing intelligence, really. That there's no... The ability and the really quality behind that flick on comes due to her, knowledge of the game. It's brilliant. Just a deft touch.
Yeah, it's a poor decision then from Sophia Smith to try and blast that into the near post. And now here comes Japan. Important challenge from Sonnet. It's going to fall in there for Albert. He finds a pass to Dunn. Great leap from Smith, from Rodman. Not Rodman, Swanson. Got there in the end. Fox. Now Smith, assertive in there, is Nagano. Sagawa trying to drive that ball away. She has got it up the line quite well, to be fair, and then she does lose it.
Good defending from Rodman.
Yeah, got back in well there.
Yeah, well managed so far by Japan. 15 minutes until half time.
Ball at the top. Can Rodman keep it in? Not quite. That will be a Japan throw.
Yeah. I mean, USA will be hoping to find a way through for half time, but at this rate, I just don't see it happening.
Manami, pull forward from Katigawa. And Tanaka puts the pressure on, and, well, since she's the only one, the press doesn't bother chasing that one all the way back to Nea, and it is now with Germa. And the US will look to settle back into a sustained possession phase. Sonnet. Done. Fox back to Germa. Fox again. Germa. Sonnet. Dunn tries to cut inside and can't. Albert. Full forwards. Cuts out. Lavelle loses it in there. Now Dunn will play it back. And again, the US will look to work it around. Germa. Horan. Albert. Sonnet. Ball smashed out there well by Seike. Stephen says, if it's 0-0 after 60 minutes, Jenna Nicewonger could be crucial going forwards on the left. Yeah, that's someone who could come on and make a difference for the US. I also think having Lynn Williams as an option further forward, while it's not as strong as it would be if you had Kat Macario, I still think it's a nice option. But yeah, US, that's the thing, the US definitely have strength from the bench. The difference is today, because Japan have benched their best attackers, they also have strength from the bench, which is, interesting really.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this is going to develop, because I think you're right. Who is it? Stephen. I think that it's very likely we are going to end up in a scenario where we are still goalless come the end of the game. At this rate, it is going to be that final half an hour, that final 20 minutes, which is going to be so critical to who wins this match.
The difference is, I think if you're looking for the bench to have an impact, I'd argue Ueki, Hayashi, Hamano, Miyazawa is more impact than Williams Nicewonger. I mean, yeah, obviously they've got other players that are in there. We could see Coffey come in, who was on the bench today. I thought she was suspended. That must be incorrect on football.
Yeah, she is suspended.
Because she's definitely suspended. You've got Jaden Shaw, who could come in to a sort of midfield or attacking area. She's a very versatile player. But that I'd argue the strength on the bench is for Japan.
Yeah, definitely. They're carrying forward now.
Seike. up against Germa.
But lovely posted.
Here's Tanaka, could turn and shoot, takes a goal touch, just does get a shot away. Best chance of the half, and it's saved well by Naya. Tanaka does really well here. She suddenly realises, Horan, she's just shrugged her off too easily there.
Yeah.
Tanaka didn't think she was going to be able to shrug her off so
No.
easily. She was also almost surprised herself. She just couldn't quite get enough power or direction behind that.
The shot isn't
central.
brilliant, but it's the turn. It's the turn and the fact she gets the shot away. She's really good. Lovely. It was the ball from Seke that she managed to poke between Fox and was it Lavelle? Or she managed to poke between the two US players, get it through to Tanaka, who, as you said, easily managed to muscle past Horan, turn nicely, and got a half decent shot away, but a comfortable save for Naya. But warning signs for the USA. Better football from Japan. And they're showing that when they come forward, they can cause problems.
Yeah, Minami back to Katigawa. Kumagai. Now Koga. Plays it forwards. Moria. Ball inside to Nagano. Moria. Tries to play it. Tries to beat a player and does. Seike. Minami. Katigawa. Ball lifted towards Yui Hasegawa, who made a nice forward run. Seike lifts it over the top. Overload again for Japan here. Dunn gets a crucial touch. Gonna fall for Moria!
That's a huge opportunity.
That's another one that goes begging for Japan, but they're having all the possession here. They're getting players forward. Here, they've got a huge overload. And the US, but it's like Albert there, jogging, not rushing to get back in. The US are going to concede if this keeps up. They've got 9 minutes left till the half. They've got to shore up before then, because at the moment, the momentum is with Japan.
Yeah,
they are coming
yeah.
forwards and they look dangerous.
A really good spell this from Japan.
That should have gone in.
Yeah, she's got to keep it down at
Got to
least.
get on target. Make Nail work at the very least.
It's a poor effort, really, in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. Set up nicely for her.
Virginia may have been better off just taking the shot herself.
Really good stuff from Japan. USA have got to be careful.
Yeah.
Still got just under 10 minutes to go, so definitely not over this half. A lot can still happen. And how USA got to be mindful. I think now, but chances like that will now make the USA think, less inclined to push for things, or, because they're worried they're going to concede. They've got to be careful. Enjoying a good bit of possession here, though.
Germa. Now Fox. Germa. Here's Sonnet. And Dunn. Plays it back to Sonnet. Germa. Lavelle. Now Albert. Turns and finds Sonnet. Horan. Back to Sonnet. Good football from the US, but again they're forced back by Japan's
limited to their own half. Brilliant setup from Japan.
They've looked really good in this game.
Yeah.
Horan. Well, I tried to make something happen there, but again the pass just isn't on. Germa. Albert needs a forward option. Here is Rose Lavelle. Fox. Rodman. Looks to beat the fullback. Katigawa gets back in well, and that will be a US corner. Really good defending from Katigawa.
Yeah. Well, now a chance for the US then. This is probably the first corner of the game and a big opportunity to find the back of the net. Got to take advantage of this, you feel.
Swanson. Now Lavelle. Ball in towards that's a really good ball, but Yamashita claims it. There were US players who burst onto that one. Now it's with Yui Hasegawa. And she's turning around there. Dunn does really well, actually, just to stop her.
Hasegawa does well, but she's not the kind of player you want in that scenario.
No.
Yeah. Not bad stuff from
Here's Dunn.
the USA. Or either side, really.
Go.
I'm impressed with the way both sides have played.
Yeah. Sonnet. Plays it across. Back now to the goalkeeper, Naya.
But again, as Stephen said earlier, USA struggling to find a way through a low block.
Yeah.
Especially a high quality one like Japan.
Sonnet. Back to Naya. Apparently these two are going to knock it between them for the next 5 minutes because no one else is getting involved. Germa. Down the line into Rodman, who's had to drop deep just to try and get involved, and it's one height of the pitch. Seike can't find that football forward to Tanaka.
Not the same wavelength that.
No.
Got to be better communication. Again, yeah, all the players being limited to the America half. Japan just don't let them out their own half.
Here's Dunn. Reference the poll on chat, by the way, 83 votes so far. 72% think that the US will win. Still a strong 24% that believe Japan will win. And 4% think we will go beyond the 90 in this quarter-final tie.
Fair enough. I think, it makes sense. The US percentage is quite strong.
Germa finds Smith. Smith turns away from Kumagay. Ball down the line looking for Rose Lavelle. Just doesn't quite come off in there. It's just not. It just seems to be the theme. It's just not quite coming off. In a lot of areas. Here's Horan, now Smith. And again she loses it. And Japan will look to try and come forwards. Albert Tanaka, that was rogue, and that will earn her a yellow card. You would imagine that's definitely a free kick at least. No card brandished though. Free kick for the USA.
Yeah, I missed this one. I'm going to miss this one back. But, I mean, Sonnet makes an absolute meal of it. But probably still a free kick.
Yeah, it's not aggressive. She doesn't really make much contact with Sonnet, but it's a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
Stretches a little bit.
Yeah.
Here come the USA. Lovely flick through the legs there from Emily Fox. Ball on the corner hasn't worked out. Japan fly forwards. But it falls to Germa. Albert Fox. Here's Lindsay Horan. Tries to put it in there, and now here comes Japan. Seike. Germa under pressure. Does really well actually there, just to shimmy away from it. Switch to the play, and Fox just about gets there.
Yeah.
Germa.
If you're Hayes, I mean, are you happy? Are you disappointed? How are you feeling?
I think you'll be frustrated, but I think this is what she would have expected. And actually, I imagine she'll have something to say at half-time. I imagine her and Reddy have gone through some options of what they can do. I don't expect we'll see anything massive. I don't think we'll see a personnel change. I don't think we'll see a tactical shift. We might see a sub, to be fair. I don't think we'll see a huge tactical shift. It'll just be little instructions. Try and be a bit more aggressive in this area. Try and overlap a little bit.
I think
more
low
regularly.
blocks aren't like unbeatable. And that's the thing. And if there's any manager, any team that can find their way through a defensive team, it is the USWNT.
Yeah. Really good defending in there from Minami. Came across well.
She feels like she should have had the throw, but it will go the way of the USA. Minute left of the normal 45.
Fox. Germa.
That'll be too much added time. We haven't seen too many stoppages. Or any stoppages, really.
Well, it's just FIFA. They can always surprise us.
Exactly.
I still think that'll be 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'll go 2. Can USA find a goal in that time? Is the big question. Can Japan?
Fox. Play it down the line. Rodman flicks it around the corner into Horan. Horan, nice turn. Lavelle can't get that under her control. But here will come Japan. Sagawa. Don't know why she's giving up on that one.
Yeah.
One back by Albert.
Just need to stick her leg out.
Germa. Sonnet. Here is done. There'll be a minute of additional time.
Wow.
It's not as long as we expected. Fair enough.
Says a lot, doesn't it? The ball's barely out of play.
Yeah.
You know when FIFA had on only a minute, that the game has been an interesting one.
But yeah, to be fair, there hasn't been many moments where that ball has gone out of play.
No. Ref not with that restart. I think it was, who was it? Someone was in the box. Mallory. Swanson. Ball moving once again for Japan. It's well worked. And Nagano, lovely pass out to the left.
Again, they open up. Can they make it work?
Oh, I needed a bit more on
yeah.
that ball.
Just a little bit, and that would have been over the head of Dan.
Yeah.
And Japan had 2 players on that side. That overload would have paid off. So now everyone has to get rushed back into shape, and that will be the end of the half. USA 0, Japan 0. Neither side able to break the deadlock just yet. Japan probably had the best opportunities of that first half. Moria blasting one wide to Naka with an effort that went a little bit too softly and straight at the goalkeeper. But yeah, it's been a game where the US will feel frustrated, a game where the US haven't been able to take charge. And as we hit half time, neither side yet able to find the back of the net. But really good stuff. And as I said in the build up to this one, it's going to be an interesting tactical game. And it has been an interesting tactical game because Japan have set up really nicely in a low block. US haven't been able to come forwards with any effectiveness so far. They haven't been able to break down that Japan side. And as a result, Japan have managed to keep it level, and actually when they've sprung forward on the counter, there's been quite a bit of space for them to exploit. So far, the US a little bit fortunate that Japan haven't exploited that. I think they definitely could have scored in that first half. I don't think though that Japan will be too worried about it because the fact they haven't scored yet, because their first half goal was to not concede. As demonstrated by the fact that they had just 22% possession, which I think is the longest I've seen in a professional association football game in a while. 78% for the USA. 4 shots on target to 2 for US. 2 shots with 1 on target with for Japan. So yeah, that's it. It's very interesting, isn't it? This to see. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a similarly good second half. Whether that entails US trying to come back through, or whether we see Japan actually keep up this really strong, tight defensive unit and then look to spring forwards. It's going to be interesting to see. Kasimi Kamara says we're really missing Davidson and Sam. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think Davidson in the backline, in terms of chance creation, shouldn't make a whole lot of difference, to be fair. And I don't think Albert's necessarily been that bad. I think that obviously you'd prefer to have Coffee and to have Davidson, but I don't think they make a huge difference to how you break teams down. A lot of the chance creation comes from the wide players. Rodman's been very quiet, very deep today. Dunn's been very quiet, very deep today. Both have been kept out of the game by those wing backs. Horan has probably created the best chance of the game, and then Smith went and blasted, or the best chance for US. Smith then went and blasted it wide. So with the limited opportunities they have had, they've been very poor with what they've done with them. Their decision making hasn't worked. So yeah, it's been an interesting one. But I get what you mean in terms of like that they're great players and you'd rather have them in your side. But I don't think it impacts I don't think it matters as to why they haven't scored yet, to be fair, because I don't think that having Davidson or Coffee makes you a better side in attacking areas. I don't think you break the opposition down so any easier. So yeah, I think it's an interesting one. Very fascinating to see what they do in the second half. I think that Hayes will obviously have a plan, and her and Reddy and Ward, that management team, will be talking about how they go and change it up in the second half, what they do to make a difference in the second half. It's going to be very difficult to break this Japan side down. But again, undoubtedly they will have a plan. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm very distracted. There was a badminton game going on screen. There's the bronze medal match between Japan and Korea. Bloody incredible. Anyway. Good game so far. I'll be interested to see what happens in the second half. But yeah. Hopefully, more of the same in how tight it's been. But hopefully we'll see some goals. It's going to be difficult though. Very difficult. But yeah. Anyway, do give your thoughts in the live chat. We'll make sure to talk through those. I do think, though, we were talking earlier about changes. I do think if Japan make changes, they do look better. Because they've got Miyazawa, they've got Hamano. Their players can come on and make a real difference. Ueki, Hayashi. I think only Lynn Williams in attacking areas actually changes a lot for the US, so in attacking areas at least. Yeah, interesting one so far. Oh, nice one as well, I guess, to come on to that left back role where you do push up super high and then you look to deliver balls. So the US have options. I just think if it comes down to it, it's probably Japan probably have more. But yeah, very interesting stuff. Harry's back now from getting a drink. I need to take a quick moment, so I'll let him give his thoughts on the first half. But yeah, interesting first half. Hopefully we see more of the same. I think this is probably our tightest quarter-final game. I think the two sides are most evenly matched. And yeah, it's been a good one so far. But anyway, I'll let Harry give his thoughts in the second half. I'm going to go take a break.
Yes, I enjoyed that first half. I think it was a very interesting tactical battle, and it's exciting to see because we've seen obviously three sides try and play defensive against the USA, and it hasn't worked. We saw Zambia try and do it, that went out the window almost immediately. We saw Germany try and do it, and theirs was a bit of a mixture because they sat back and they went for the game and they sat back again. We watched Australia do it and they couldn't manage to get a good result. But I think Japan have been the most convincing. You know, Japan have looked the strongest in terms of maybe being able to hold on to something here today. They've looked really, really good. They've been very regimented, very disciplined, and they're causing a lot of problems for the USA because they are struggling to find a way through. And that is something that they're going to have to amend from a US point of view, is they cannot keep the game like this. They need to find a way through this Japanese side. If not, we are going all the way or they're going to lose the game. And I'm sure Emma Hayes will manage to sort something out. Brilliant manager. It was a brilliant set of players. They will find a way to try and have a go at this Japan side. If Japan adapt to that, then we've got a very interesting game on our hands. If Japan don't, then suddenly it'll look, I think it'll look like a very convincing USA win if they can get it right and if they change something. But without a change and without Japan, stepping out of line, this game looks destined to head to extra time and or penalties. So that'll be very interesting to see if that does happen. Obviously, for the USA, it was penalty heartbreak at the World Cup in 2023, losing to Sweden. So they don't want to go back there again. They don't want to go. They want to get it done in the next 45 minutes, and we know they can. It's a very, very strong USA side. It's been a tough time because, as we said during the game, they have struggled to get their best players on the ball in the right positions because your Smiths, your Rodmans, your Swanson, they can't get in behind because there isn't the room to do so. Horan, whenever she gets on the ball, she's such a good creator, but she's got two players pressing her every single time she gets a foot on the ball, and you can't create when you're surrounded and when you're under that much pressure. So USA finding it really difficult to get through this Japan block because their big players and their best players are being taken out of this game. So they've got to find a way to unlock them. Get Horan away from the pressure. To do that, it's going to be very, very difficult because you don't want to drop her deeper. So the one caveat to that would be you drop her deeper, which means they aren't going to press her. But can she create from deeper? Who knows? We don't know that. We can't. And I don't mean drop her deeper in terms of position, but just tell her to sit a couple yards further. We'll give her a couple yards more room. But the problem is she is then further away from where she's trying to create the play. For your front three, you've got to try and get Japan to come out. If Japan come out, if Japan come out, then you can get the players in behind. So the thing for US is to try and drag Japan out. Get that back line 5 yards further up the pitch, because if you do that, suddenly Rodman and Smith can make the runs beyond and you can play the ball in behind. But if you cannot get that Japan line to move, you're going to find it difficult to get your front three in the game. And that front three is the most dangerous component of this USA side. So that would be a massive waste if they don't manage to get the ball down here. Kasimi Kamara says, yeah, Emma will have to find a way, maybe use Trinity and Crystal a little bit more in the game to deliver crosses if this low block keeps going. Well, that's the other option, isn't it? And that, it's a really, really good shout. If you can't get players in behind, get the ball into the box, because then what you do, you put the Japan defence under a lot of pressure. Keep putting the ball in, put it on top of their heads, test them. My one big thing would be the problem is Sophia Smith isn't going to win the aerial battle in there. The Smith isn't going to win that. Horan might. If you can get... The plan for the US should be, as you say, get Rodman and Dunn to get those balls in, get Horan to make the late run from the edge of the area, and because she is an incredible header of the football. So get the ball into the box, get Horan running onto it, and put that pressure on the Japan backline. Because if you put them under consistent pressure, eventually they're going to crack. At some point, they will falter. At the moment, they're finding it pretty easy because the US aren't actually putting concentrated pressure onto them. If the US can put the consistent weight onto the Japanese defence, it will break. It is as simple as that. Because also, I think Japan is making use of their chances, getting me worried here. Yeah, and that's the big worry for USA is Japan are very good coming forwards, and they have proven that they can create things. I mean, you look at the chances they've had; they're pretty decent chances, and realistically, they've got to be careful here at USA that they don't get punished on the attack. Because if you give the likes of Tanaka a chance, if you give the likes of Seike a chance, they're gonna take that opportunity.
Yeah.
And that is a huge, huge concern for the USA.
Well, Tanaka might not.
But then you bring on Hamano and you bring on Miyazawa and you bring on Ueki, and they will take their opportunities.
Very true. I think the sooner those Japan changes come, the more potent they'll look at attacking areas. I'm not surprised they're not making those huge moves yet, though. Because if you...
of course not.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, the later they do that, the more tired US are going to be, and the greater the chances they spring forward and attack. So I think they'll save those till 60, 70 minutes, and then they'll start to bring on players. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a personnel change at halftime for the US. I think we could see Nice come on, potentially for Crystal Dunn. I don't think we'll see an attacking change yet, because I think that front three still have a lot to show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been an interesting half. I still think the US have left a lot on the table. I think Japan definitely could have scored by now. But
I'm very excited to see how this tactical battle is going to move into the second half. US will be looking to change something up and score early on. Japan, very important that the first 5-10 minutes they get it spot on, and there will be a change. Will be a change for Japan.
That is a change. I like it. I think that adds a lot more danger in attacking areas, and today, Mina Tanaka is there. I don't see Seike though, so I think that will be the substitution. Which I think makes sense. Aoba Seike looked good in areas, but I think Hamano makes you more potent attacking areas.
Yeah, definitely so. And a chance now for the Chelsea forward to impress against her former manager.
Yeah.
A really good opportunity now, 45 minutes for Meiko Hamano to get on the ball and to cause some problems for the USA. For the US, is it going to be an unchanged 11? I don't know if they're at the tunnel yet.
So, yeah, it will be Kiko Seike off for Meiko Hamano. I've been very impressed by Aobo Fujino, who, according to Footmob, doesn't have a club. I imagine she does. And Footmob just doesn't know that club. But yeah, that's good player. Just 20 years old.
Wow.
Well, she looks decent on this stage.
But yeah, a big 45 minutes well, and Japan fans loving it. Japan's fans are absolutely brilliant. The support for every club at this Olympics has been absolutely incredible. And is that a change for the USA?
No, that is still Norden Albert.
Oh,
She's not changed.
I didn't recognise her. Oh, I was a different player. Well, Albert was a little bit more blonde than that. Who's the bloke in the microphone then? What's he doing? Now let's see. Yeah, a big
Just
second.
Viva Las Vegas over it.
A big second half coming up for the US then. Here comes Hayes. Should be hoping for a big win. That is a change though. 13. 13 weren't on the pitch before.
Nice Wonga.
Yeah, I think so. There is a change for
I
the
don't
US.
see Crystal Dunn.
I think there's a change for both sides. We can't work. I don't know.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah. Hamano's definitely coming on for Japan. We'll work that out. She is very happy to be back on the pitch.
Yeah, Meiko Hamano on for Kiko Seike. And that could be a really good change for Japan. It's going to give them someone attacking areas who is more likely, not guaranteed of course, but more likely to go and get a goal.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
We saw this season, Hamano's still a bit raw, a bit rough around the edges, but her overall game is quite strong. I think if she can just find her shooting boots a bit more often for Chelsea, she'll be a really key part of Von Pasteur's plans.
Yeah, very much so.
And could be a very key part of this game. Don't think there is no change for the US. So, yeah, sorry that Harry got all your hopes up there, but no change.
Who's number 13 then?
I think that is Nice Wonga.
But she went on the pitch, was she?
Well, number 13 isn't on the pitch.
Well, number 13 was in the huddle.
Yeah, everyone was in the huddle. Nice Wonga is number 13. We are back underway in this game. I imagine she just took a bit off for a second.
Maybe.
It's hot. It's done. All round coming forwards. Plays out wide. Rodman.
Japan, they got to settle back in. When you play a defensive shape, you're the most vulnerable after the half-time breaks. It does take a couple minutes to get back into the rhythm of it.
Yeah, definitely. Sonnet. But it does look like they're, at least in the first 40 seconds, they're already right back into it.
Yeah.
Germa, as the US struggling to actually bring the ball out of their defence. Sonnet to Dunn. Dunn has to poke it back. It's deflected off of Hamano, I think, in there. It's how to play.
Yeah.
Dunn. Looks to switch the play. And they will now go to Germa. Tries to play it forward, headed out. Headed away. And it falls now to the US back line. Germa, Fox, ball inside. Nice touch to Horan, who goes back to Germa. Germa goes across now to Sonnet, who played it wide into Crystal Dunn. Dunn down the line. No, that would be ambitious to expect Sphere Smith to get anywhere near that.
Yeah. Bit overhit from Crystal Dunn. And now a chance for Japan to reset and get themselves on the ball. Still not coming to fruition for the US. Yamashita plays a lovely ball out wide, but the bounce is misread by Kitagawa, and that is a US throw.
Germa Now Sonnet. Needs a forward option. Goes out wide into Dunn. Dunn plays it inside. Albert. Nice football there as Swanson drops in to get involved. Sonnet. Over 100 votes all the way in the polling chat. Still 73% back in the United States in this game. 23% think Japan will win. And then just 5% think this game will go beyond the 90. Here is Sonnet again. Try to lift it forward. It's kneed away, not convincingly, by Kumagai. Horan. Here's Dunn. What to bring it forwards? Couldn't quite. Horan again.
US just patiently waiting for a way through at the moment.
Yeah.
They're managing it well, and that ball has gone out for a throw to Japan. So losing possession, there doesn't look like that much is going to change in terms of the pattern of the play. You know, the goal is going to have to be something magical from someone on this pitch. In a US shirt or a Japanese shirt.
Ball down the line from Hamano. And here come Japan. And Hasegawa tries to put that ball in, but it's blocked by Germa.
Yeah, poor from Albert in there, spending more time complaining to the lineswoman rather than getting back into position.
Yeah.
Japan winning themselves what could be a vital corner. Chance to get some players into the penalty area.
So it's Katagawa over this then. Can they make something happen?
Good opportunity to get the ball in and find the back of the net. Seen quite a few corners scored this tournament.
Ball towards near post. Tanaka gives to Hasegawa. Back to Katagawa. Dunn gets
Great
in there.
tap from Dunn.
It's a messy one though. Hasegawa, I think that was fine, but it looked clumsy.
Really good tackle.
Ball in. Minami. Germa gets it gone. US look to break. Rodman.
I mean, stunned how
Inside, that's a
Japan
really
didn't,
good challenge.
didn't get a shot away in that whole sequence. Come forward again though.
Nagano. Ball in from Fujino. Tanaka. Moria. Ball in and Dunn does it. No one commits.
Yeah.
It's not a great ball from Moria.
No, the ball's
We'll
got
say
the ball
that
went
as
too
well.
early. The ball, I feel like she's rushed. She could have taken an extra touch, but Japan are coming forward to get
Another touch and then
too far ahead of Tanaka.
she tries to drill it in the hope
Yeah.
that it will just be too difficult to deal
Brilliant
with.
defending from Dunn. Does well there to put that up and over the goal rather than her own net.
So another corner for Kitagawa to go and do something with.
Good spell for Japan.
Yeah.
They cut up another routine. Looks like this one's going to be a dead ball into the box.
Referee just sorting out the shirt putting the grabbing, all that sort of stuff that happens on these corners. The jostling for space. Kitagawa over this. Ball into near post. Tanaka tries to flick it on and it just goes through everyone. Fujino! Oh, that's wide.
That is a
Don't
shot.
mind it from Aoba Fujino,
Yeah.
but you'd hope to get closer to the target.
No one makes contact with it for either side, straight through the middle of the penalty area, and that is what is described as
She's just caught it all wrong there. Her eyes light up. She sees the ball to strike. She should have taken her time.
She'll want
out.
that one back.
Yeah, should have looked to put it in the box. Would have been smarter, but alas.
A good spell from Japan. They're playing some good stuff, putting some pressure on the US.
Yeah. Stephen Mason says, Jenna Nice-Wonger's intervention could be crucial because sometimes she is devastating later on and other times she leaves an ocean of space behind her for the opposition to exploit. So that could be exciting. That could be interesting. The thing is, obviously, she can come forwards with a lot more license to roam. Because if you watch where Dunn is for most of the game, she's practically playing left wing.
Mm.
And it's because in possession they want to play what looks like a 3-1-4-2. Which sounds aggressive, but because those wide centre halves can execute diagonal balls into wide players, as the wingers, Dunn and Rodman, it does work. And you've got Albert in there to recycle. We've got Lavelle and Horan who can both drop in a little bit if you need an option in there. And then obviously Swanson and Rotten and Smith playing those advanced roles. It gives you a box in attacking areas, which is quite fun.
Yeah.
Obviously here it's Horan who drops in to receive the pass rather than Albert, and Albert pushes up and everyone understands what that role. Gurma. 760 AC says goal USA. Not yet, there isn't. But yes, that is what they were hoping for. Yeah. Eden says, I hope Japan win. What about you guys? Well, I'm neutral, Eden.
Yeah.
But
I predicted a USA win, but I'm not too bothered either way.
yeah.
So I don't mind either way. I'm not too bothered.
Here comes Japan. Moria. Ball in for Gino. Can't hold on to that one. Now here come the US. Lavelle. Dunn. Sonnet goes back to Naya. Gurma to Fox. Into Horan. Horan turns and plays to Gurma.
There's space for the US to use it, but they've got it's the wrong pass. It's the wrong pass. They've got away with it though.
Trying to make something happen here, Crystal Dunn. Sonnet. Lavelle. Is a forward pass on? Not really. Sonnet again. Gurma. Horan, nice flick round the corner. Hasn't quite come off, and Japan will look to bring it forwards.
It's a blind pass.
Minami. Plays it through the lines, hasn't quite come off. Claudio Pinheiro says goal USA as well, and Vamos Estados Unidos. Congratulations to the United States. But there hasn't been a goal yet. Diego Silva says it as well. Hasn't been a goal yet. But yeah. Here come the USA though.
Strong USA support.
Albert. Definitely. If you want, let us know who you're supporting in chat if you are watching along. You can just stick your country's flag in there and it should come up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and feel free to get involved in the live chat throughout. Here they come. Rodman cuts inside. Good defending. Alex Sinclair, welcome to the stream. Says hi all. Good to see you, Alex. And yeah, still 0-0 in this game then. 55 minutes played. Rodman was offside anyway in that move.
Yeah. I think it was flagged, wasn't it?
Alex says we'd love to see Japan win this. Again, I'm neutral. But yeah, would be good.
10 gone. Very similar to the first half.
Moria. One back by Dan. Here come the US.
Oh, brilliant. Is that
Hasegawa there?
Yeah.
Fighting away with Rodman, with their Swanson.
Battling hard. And that's the kind of match it's been. Has been a tough battle. One back again by Japan. Not a good pass from Dunn. And they're coming forward again.
Hasegawa. Ball on the line for Gino is caught. Aikida's not happy and that will be a yellow card. Just got that all wrong. Well, I don't think someone did get it wrong. I think that's exactly what she intended to do, to be fair.
Nowhere near the ball.
Counter-attack. She stops for Gino charging on the right-hand side. And yeah, that is a definite yellow card. You can understand Aikida's frustration.
Sonnet had no complaint. Didn't even bother. Took the yellow card on the chin and moved on.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing there.
Yeah.
Ian says, we know you guys support Japan. Everyone supports the small teams against the big ones. Well, Japan aren't that small, Eden.
I don't really mind.
Not a big team. Farak Taha, I hope I pronounced your name correctly there. If not, please do let me know how to pronounce it. It says, who will win, bro? Will it be a tie? I could definitely see it being a draw. I predicted a 2-2 draw with USA to win on penalties. Harry said US would win 3-1 in normal time, which is looking less likely now.
I'll say it definitely could go either way this game now.
But yeah, I don't think this. I think it's very easy to draw any conclusion from this match. She is off there, to be fair.
Tight offside.
But it is a US free kick. Deep free kick, and they'll look to come forwards. Germa. Now you see them settle into that 3-1-4-2 again.
Yeah.
Here's Naya. Lavelle under a bit of pressure here. Tries to lift it forwards. It's out for a Japan throw. And they're keen to make it happen quickly. They're the substitutes rushing to get that ball. Tanaka for Gino. Pokes it inside. Falls to Hasegawa. Hasegawa ball over the top. Headed down.
Right
Hamano
pass.
will go and get it.
It was definitely
That's
the right
good.
pass.
It was, yeah, it was well executed, to be fair.
Yeah.
As well. It's just good defending
Yeah.
from Rodman, who tracked Kitagawa well. Kumagai. Minami, this is really good football from Japan. Again, Hasegawa, they're looking the stronger side right now. Moria gets that down well. Can she put a ball into the box? Dunn does really well to stand her up, but it's going to fall again to Moria. Now for Gino. Has Moria in support, tries to poke a ball through. It's just too precise. Hasegawa gets back in there well, but the physicality isn't enough as Smith muscles her off the ball. Tries to come across field, finds Rodman. For the first time today, USA catch Japan out on the counter. But it's really good defending from Minami, and that is over. And now Hamano finds Fujino. And this is Japan's chance to flip the script right back on them, Nagano.
Yeah, very entertaining. This game's become much more open in the second half. It's still defensively solid from Japan, but they're coming forward with more pressure.
Definitely.
This game could go either way. I can't split the two sides. Half an hour to go.
I was going to say we're about to tick over to that hour mark. For a 0-0, this has still been a really exciting game of football, and now it's Japan coming forwards again. Koga. Moria. Ball forwards doesn't quite come off for Tanaka. She'll drop into midfield momentarily, and now we'll push forwards. So allow Hasegawa to drop in. Here's Albert Germa. The US just don't. They're lacking invention or creativity at the moment. They are regimented in. They're playing at Japan side. They're very difficult to break down, but they're not trying anything. They're not being inventive. They're just sticking with what's happening. They've got to come up with something soon, you'd think.
Yeah.
Here's Naya. Not long left. Ball in the air. It's a header that's contesting it. Falls to Fujino. Sorry, Nagano. Rodman flicks around the corner. That's really good from Kitagawa to get back in there, and that has then come off of Lindsay Horan, who rushed over to try and help Rodman over that side. Ends up actually running into the ball, knocking it out of play. Kitagawa. Trying to play off the line. Rodman firms that ball, blocking it with her face. Lifted in behind here. Chance for Smith.
Oh,
Crucial
brilliant.
challenge.
Brilliant.
From Kumage.
brilliant defending.
Wow.
So that is a massive interception. Because if not, Sophia Smith could have poked that past Yamashita.
It was weird because Koga and Kumage just didn't seem to understand who was
No.
supposed to be marking Smith there, because she got between the two. And luckily then Koga deals with that ball just in time. But yeah, neither of them had a hand there.
That's the first time we've seen that happen today.
Yeah, a little bit of defensive confusion with that ball in behind. Emily Sonnet tries to carry it forwards. Here's Dunn. Lavelle on the edge trying to make something happen. Tries to find Sophia Smith but can't.
Did take a nick though, it will be a corner.
Jackie Japan went up to the stream saying, I support the USA because of Emma Hayes. Fair enough.
Very good manager. She needs to cut something in the next 28 minutes if she wants her side to find a winner, or she hope that someone on that pitch can find the breakthrough. Swanson corner, plays it short to Lavelle, plays a 1-2.
Here's Swanson. Wants to come inside, takes aim. It's just wide of the far post there from Mallory Swanson.
Yeah, not bad effort, she didn't get enough bend on it. Couldn't turn it goalwards. Well, it did turn, couldn't turn it, bring it close to the goal. Wide of that far post. Would have been a very good strike had it found the back of the net.
Lavelle.
Really good run.
Now Horan. She's going to afford to done. She can't keep it under her control.
Horan's been limited so much today in terms of, her output has been nullified.
Yeah.
By the Japanese players. Not allowing her to, stamp her authority on the game like she usually does, get involved so easily. Sonnet.
Here's Germa. Sonnet again. Now Germa. Plays down the line. Rodman gets under her control. Now goes back to Naomi Germa. Sonnet. Dan tries to play it forwards. Lavelle. Horan. Swanson. Albert. Sonnet. Here is Crystal Dunn. Sonnet. Across now to Naomi Germa. Done. Steven says agreed. That's what they lack. That's why they lack creativity. Enter Kat Macaro. Oh well. Shaw needs to get into the game rather than Lynn Williams. That's a big call. I think that based on the subs we've seen so far, I think we're more likely to see Williams come on just because we haven't really seen Shaw.
Yeah.
But we could see Shaw. And to be fair, we could see both on.
I think everyone may be required to help or to try and get USA across the line.
Horan's had a quiet game. You don't take Horan off.
No.
She's just too crucial.
I don't think she had a quiet game of of her own fault though. I think she's just been very...
Yeah. For me, I would do Shaw for Lavelle and then Williams for Swanson.
Maybe. It's a tough one.
As for Japan, I'll be surprised if they don't look to try and get Hinata Miyazawa into this game.
Yeah.
Ueki's another one who could just come on and add a bit up front.
Sorry to Swanson.
Here come the USA. Swanson knocks it wide. And all round wanted to deliver it there. But again, it's really good. Kitagawa just gets in there. Rodman with a bit of space, puts it into the box. It's headed away. Dunn tries to touch it down. Kumage puts her head where the boots are flying. Lavelle there just tries to have a shot. I think it's been deflected.
Yeah.
It hasn't. That will be a USA corner now. Really good challenge. Mina Tanaka just jumping in front of that. Great stuff. And now a short corner. Lavelle. Swanson delivers it low. And it'll be just about hooked away. Dunn plays it wide. Smith puts it back in the box. It's cleared away. Now USA are starting to really come into this game again.
Yeah, very much so. Japan
Smith.
are under it.
Albert. Just holds on to that ball. Lavelle.
They're not going anywhere, the
Albert.
USA.
Fox. Sonnet. Germer. Fox knocks out wide. Fox. Now Germer.
Oh, sloppy from
And now
Horan.
here comes Japan on the break. Tanaka. She just can't burst away like she'd have wanted to there. Sona gets back in well. Now that's really good pressure. Hasegawa wins it up the field. Her pass inside's a little bit rushed. And that's poor. And it results in a turnover. USA trying to come forwards, and they do. Rodman now on the right-hand side. Good football. She's over. She has such a poor touch in there. Why is she waiting for the goalkeeper?
Oh my
What
days.
is going on there? Kumage a little bit silly there.
Rodman, that is a terrible touch.
Yeah.
Gotta be a better touch
And
there.
then I had no idea why Kumage decided to try and wait for the goalkeeper to come out there.
Neither.
She ended up trying to kick it out. Bizarre. Eboniako says the USA shoots a lot outside the area because they have no technique or combination play. I think it's more that obviously they can't break down this Japan backline, but also they have the technical ability to get shots away like that. So they are going to try that if they can't break through the lines.
Yeah. Fact of the matter is, at the moment, they can't get into the box.
Yeah.
They can from this
So
corner,
having pot shots.
and this is a good opportunity. 20 minutes, just over 20 minutes to play. Ball into the box. Header away.
Header up in the air. Still alive here. Rodman will try and touch it down.
Oh.
Shots, but it's really, really poor from Mallory Swanson. She's had a tough game, Swanson.
Yeah.
One of the best performances at this tournament for the USWNT, but today has been difficult.
Would expect a much better shot from a player of her quality.
Yeah.
That is rushed. Yeah, her face tells you everything you need to know as soon as the ball left her foot. Tanaka coming off. This is a big change for Ueki. That's the right change for me. Tanaka's not had a great time at today. He's had a pretty tough tournament. But Ueki, very good player. Can
Riko
cause problems.
Ueki on for Mina Tanaka. Good change.
Yeah.
Very good change.
Very good. He's going to change this game. 20 minutes to play. Horan wins the header, but one back by Japan.
Moria. Down the line. That's a great ball in behind. Fujino plays it back to Hasegawa, makes the run in. There's a ball in the box. And down in a heap in there was Riko Ueki. Don't think she
Threw
didn't even
herself
call
at
for a
it.
penalty, but I thought maybe there'd been a bit of contact in there, but I don't think so.
Yeah, just
It's more
throws
she just
herself
threw
at the ball.
herself at it, and yeah, she was never going to get there with Fox in her way.
No.
Yeah, don't mind that from Riko Ueki. Really good combination play between Fujino and Hasegawa. It's patient from Fujino. It's good game reading because she sees Hasegawa coming and she just holds it, then releases it when Hasegawa appears. That's really, really good play. Fox under pressure from Hamano. Here's Albert, loses it cheaply. And Ueki now will try and bring it forwards. That looked like a foul in there. Referee sees no issue with it. Fujino takes aim from range. It's blocked. And she'll get up and keep fighting. And then she just can't quite read the... She tries to play it to Moria there. Moria, not on her toes. She's never going to get there.
No.
Anyway, Lavelle feeling a bit of discomfort now then. And she just hits the floor. Will this be a change then? So she was the one who stuck her foot in front of that Fujino shot and ended up falling over. Might have plugged that ankle poorly when she did. She seems to be moving, definitely not freely. In fact, this might be a change. No, she seems to be alright.
Right.
She's going to try and walk that off.
Yep. Time running out for these two sides to find a winner. Extra time looming.
Crystal done.
USA will really want to score. If this goes to extra time, it starts to level the playing field even more.
Yeah.
But Japan have been in the game second half. Compared to the first half, it's been an incredible change. You know, both sides going for the game. It's been much more open. A lot more opportunities at both ends.
Sonnet unable to find a pass forwards. Here is Naomi Girma. Lavelle tries to flick it forwards and can't. Moria.
You surprised that we've got to the 73rd minutes and one change used, or two changes for the Japanese?
Not considering, I think both teams now will be
Good point,
aware
yeah.
this might go to extra time. But
Hayes has still got 5.
yeah, you'd think the US would be pushing to try and find a goal. Japan certainly are. I think Miyazawa will come on before 90.
Yeah, 100%.
Virginia just unable to get that ball under her control. Here is Crystal Dunn. Throwing forwards. Swanson back to Lavelle. Dunn. Horan gets under her control. Really important challenge in there from Minami. That's a bit clumsy, but it falls to Rose Lavelle. Germa.
Still time for anything to happen.
Yeah. USA coming forward. Sonnet. Here's Dunn. Now Germa, USA. They've got to make something happen. 15 to play. This time is seeping away now. Fox's pass down the line doesn't quite come off. Really good from Kitagawa there to hold off Trinity Rodman. Rodman then pokes it out of play. That should be a Japan throw. Jackie says USA don't have a long-range shooter like the Lionesses who have Georgia Stanway. That's interesting. I think that Horan's definitely got an absolute worldie in a locker. So I disagree with that. But yeah, that is Georgia Stanway from outside the box is textbook.
Yeah.
But I can picture Horan scoring from range. Feels archetypal. Better kind of goals, but yeah.
Definitely sad.
Japan trying to come forwards. Kumage.
Lovely switch. Wow.
And that's a poor pass in there. Ueki just didn't get that right. Here comes Rodman and she's brought down in there.
Apparently not.
It wasn't a foul.
Wow.
It's a good challenge. Rodman came inside. She was looking to be fouled, and Ueki just kicked the ball away from her.
Yeah.
One back in there. Now here come Japan for Gino. Ball forwards is blocked.
Oh, it's
It's just a physical one.
yeah, maybe. It's a tough one. Japan joined the world. I think we're looking at extra time. To be completely honest, I don't see a way one of these two sides is going to score a goal.
As Bruce points out in chat, Corbin Albert did score from range last game. Very true.
Absolute belter as well.
That was a ridiculous goal. She's playing a slightly deeper role though today, isn't she? She came on and played as one of the two midfield eights. Well, not really eights in this US system, but you know what I mean. Two central midfielders.
But yeah, I think extra time is on the cards.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think Japan have done very, very well to remain so defensively solid. I thought they'd wither at some point, but they haven't.
And now here come the USA. Rose Lavelle tries to come inside. Shimmies past one. Lavelle takes aim, but that's over.
Don't know why
Quite
she shot from there. She didn't need to.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre one to take on. Nowhere near the goal in the end. And a Japan throw-in. A Japan goal kick. Could have been a Japan throw-in where it was going. Not long left now of the original 90.
Yamashita sends it forwards. Header up in the air by Germa. Gets a little bit messy in there. Now Rose Lavelle tries to play it forward. Rodman. Not Rodman, sorry. Swanson. Horan has an offside call in there, which the lino flags up. As US go backwards. But yeah, it's just not clicking. Just not clicking. That was not offside anyway.
No.
Just not clicking at the moment for the US in attacking areas. They're not breaking through Japan very well. Japan have had opportunities, they've just not taken them. Moria. But if this keeps going the way it is, I could see Japan finding a goal at some point.
Definitely.
Hasegawa. We've got 12 minutes left here, plus additional time, and then if there still isn't a goal, we're going to extra time. Hasegawa again tries to poke it through. Hamano. Here it is Fujino, ball into the box, headed away. Ueki tries to get there, falls for Meiko Hamano, drops for Hasegawa, who lashes at it, and it's over the bar. You'd have expected better from a player of her experience there. Yui Hasegawa just gets under that ball.
Yeah, good football from Japan. Felt there was a foul in there, Rodman, perhaps not. But yeah, the shot's not good enough.
No, gets under it, fires it up in the air. You can immediately see a cry of frustration in the aftermath, and this is a double change for Japan. So that will be Ayoba Fujino's afternoon over, replaced by Hinata Miyazawa. This is the change Japan needs. Little bit more excitement in that front line, a bit more experience.
Still no changes used for the USA.
No.
Very interesting decision from Emma Hayes, although she has
got a cheeky little note.
got a little note passed to Sophia Smith.
And I imagine now she'll be
handed to Lindsay Horan.
She'll be able to talk about that message.
And put into the sock of Horan.
Yes.
So a note for the skipper.
And now she'll be able to, with this break, due to injury, she'll be able to talk to her side. Gives her a nice opportunity to talk tactics. But now they take back to the field with 10 to play. Plus additional, of course. So Japan used 3 changes there. Or 2 more changes, so up to 3 now. That was Miyazawa, and I didn't see who else came on. Did they actually make a second one in the end?
No, but they are up to 3 anyway, because they've made 3.
Oh yeah, they were on Ueki, didn't they, for Tanaka?
Yeah. So they've got 2 subs and 1 change, 1 stoppage. USA have got 3 stoppages and 5 subs.
Did you gain another stop? You gain another change, don't you? Extra. Did you gain another stoppage?
I don't think so.
You could still use it. You could still make such subs though at 90.
Yeah, or 105.
Very true. No one counts stoppage. Here comes Crystal Dunn. Darts inside well. Ball forwards. Horan makes the run, and ends up shoving someone over. And well, the referee says, "Well, that's nowhere near the ball, Lindsay Horan. What are you doing?" So free kick for Japan, and Horan's lucky not to go into the book for this because there's absolutely no intent to play the ball there. She just goes and shoves over Kumage.
I mean, her eyes are on the ball and she apologises immediately. I don't know. It's a weird one.
It's a strange one.
It is a weird one. But yeah, time running out then.
Yeah. While we have this momentary break, I will say if you are new around here and haven't hit subscribe yet, That's the best way to support us. If you're enjoying the stream and want to see more of our content, then do hit that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. I promise. And it massively helps us out. So do hit subscribe if you want to support us. But yeah. And a reminder, we'll be live later this evening for France versus Brazil, the final quarter-final. We'll stream that game, and then of course we'll know our semi-finals coming up on Tuesday. So look out for all of that.
Huge game. Obviously, the winner of this does go on to play Spain or Colombia.
A tough game either way, and since you'd expect it to be Spain, that is going to be a very difficult one. No, they don't, by the way. It's kind of Germany, this top play.
Oh.
I was going to say, I thought Spain-US met in the final. By the way, very difficult game. We have already seen the US beat Germany.
Okay, I'm gonna be come back later because I'm gonna know everything about France, Brazil.
By then, of course, we'll know if Spain or Colombia progress.
Yes.
That game kicks off in 20 minutes' time. So if Spain are really effective, we might know at the end of this game if this goes to extra time penalties.
Yeah, so it does kick off.
Plays that ball forwards. Albert, nice pass. Into Swanson, sprays it wide into Rodman. Now it's with Sonnet, ball wide. It's a little bit messy here from the US. Dunn bails out Horan. That's alright, Albert in there. Sonnet plays it forwards. Here they come, the United States. Swanson is cut out again. It's just the attacking play has not been effective for the USA.
No, not at all.
Kitagawa with a huge challenge in there, and that goes out of play. US throw. 6 to go. Fox.
Extra time looming.
Throws it back to Horan, now Fox. Germa. Sonnet. Now Crystal Dunn. Ball inside, and that's lost in there by Albert. Poor touch, and now here comes Japan. Hasegawa, Ueki. Carrying it forward. She turns, going to bring others into the game. Finds Nagano. Ball out wide. Miyazawa puts it in there. Should have looked wider still to Moria.
Wasn't the right decision.
One high by Nagano. Here is Dunn. She's going to try and let that run, and she will successfully let that run back to goalkeeper Alyssa Nair.
5 to go. Still 0-0. Huge few minutes now in both these sides' chances of winning an Olympic medal.
Indeed. Here is Germa. Now Horan. Fox. Germa. Slides it across to Sonnet, who will now carry it forward for the USA. Swanson holds onto it well. Loses possession though. Nagano. Just too slow from the US.
Yeah.
Look at that. Swanson picked up that ball, waits, tries to turn instantly in that time. There's players on her, and she loses the ball. She succumbs to that pressure.
I was going to ask a question. I can't remember what I was going to ask. Who do you favour if it goes to extra time?
Tough to say, isn't it?
Because you
Japan
can't.
haven't showed any signs of tiring or becoming ill-disciplined, so it'd be difficult to argue that the US are going to score. But equally, it's the United States, and they might just suddenly score a goal.
Unless Japan score here.
Hamano. Nowhere to go. Finds Hasegawa. Meiko Hamano back to Hasegawa. Meiko Hamano again. She is offside there. She went too early.
Waste of opportunity.
Yeah, you can see that. She just burst forwards, burst through the lines, tried to come back on side and didn't quite get it.
Free to play. Is there something left in the USA?
Done down the line. Lavelle. Turns, tries to carry it forwards. And it's one back in there by Japan. Hamano. One back by Crystal Dunn, who looked to carry it forwards. Hasegawa gets in there with affirmative challenge. Here is now Lindsay Horan waiting for Dunn to get back to her feet. Dunn now does get back to her feet as soon as the referee blows her whistle.
Yeah.
She's fine. Or you can just get back playing. Lavelle. Dunn. Sonnet. Now Germer. Sonnet.
How many minutes of additional time?
There's not going to be many, is there? Say 3 or 4 maybe.
Alright, I'll go 5 because it's FIFA and they love drama. Japan had stoppage time drama against Brazil. Can they provide something of a very similar ilk?
Kumagay, by the way, is a standout performer in this game because she's kept Mallory Swanson, who's been one of the most impressive performers at this tournament, completely quiet. Every time Swanson gets on the ball, within a second, half a second, Kumagay right on her back, wanting to win that ball back, hassling her, jostling with her. It's impossible for Swanson to have any sort of impact on this game.
100%.
Well, she's pulled down in there, Swanson.
Well, she's dealt with her.
That was Manimo in there?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Manimo, I think. Manimo.
Definitely ends in E. Minami, that's it.
Minami.
Free kick for the USA.
Huge moment this. Lavelle over the ball. Plenty of options in the area. Is there time for the USA?
Well, that is the question. This is a nice area for this free kick, as you say. It will be Rose Lavelle over this.
Huge chance, huge moment.
Lavelle, ball in, headed away.
Not good enough.
Still in there, flicked back in the air. Minami falls to Rodman and it's blocked.
Huge block. Not bad effort from Rodman. Does try to get on target. Recycled well.
Done. Ball swung in there. And now they look to break Japan. Hamano has lifted it in behind for Miyazawa. Miyazawa forced backwards. Finds Nagano. 4 additional minutes in this game. Kitagawa. Miyazawa. Hasegawa down the line into Hinata Miyazawa. Miyazawa lifts it in there. Morio have to keep it over the back post. It goes over everyone. Puts it back in there. Headed away. Miyazawa heads it down. She'll fight then to keep hold of it. Pokes it to Nagano. Back now to Kumagay. Nagano. Pull to Hasegawa on the edge. Hasegawa finds Moria, who just about stayed on side there. Poor ball in. Horan gets there. Nagano. Japan will recycle again. Kumagay. Hasegawa. Lovely bounce fast there. Here come Japan. Moria. Ball in. Ueki pulled down. No shouts for a penalty though. And now it'll be US who look to come forwards. Rodman evades the rogue challenge in there from a retreating Japan.
Got that the ball to do work at this point.
Horan. Sonnet. Done. That's a really crucial header from Kumagay.
Really good defending. Lavelle. Done.
Here is Sonnet.
Halfway through the additional time. Great love ball out wide from Horan.
Rodman bursts inside well. Trinity Rodman does well. Swanson can't get that under control. Horan takes aim. Blocked and cleared away by Kumagay.
Wow. Incredible.
Rodman. Blocked again. Rodman ball in. Swanson brings it down in there. Can't make anything of it. Japan get it out. Fox.
Wow. Edge of your seat stuff.
Trinity Rodman comes inside, ball slid down the line.
What a tackle.
Minami gets there, ball cleared, and that gives Ueki something to chase. Vadenaya's off her line quickly, and she'll play it out. And with a minute to go, USA will look to come for a goal. Amir asks who's been better. Probably Japan.
It's very close.
They've both played okay, but the fact is, Japan have executed their game plan exactly how they would want it to.
Yeah.
USA haven't scored. And ultimately, they'll be disappointed by that. Mr. Lucky says it's been a boring game, no goals. That's where we disagree, I think, Mr. Lucky. I've thoroughly enjoyed this match. I don't think you need goals for a game to be exciting.
No.
Necessarily. It helps, of course. But I still think this game's been really interesting to watch.
Definitely.
A lot of moments, a lot of action. Done. Rodman tries to play it through to... Sorry,
that's a penalty.
Rodman. That's not a penalty. Never a penalty.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a soft one.
So look.
It's not Minami who makes contact. She just runs into it. She just forces her to run into Kumagoi. Chance for range! Thought that might dip in there.
Wow.
Kamano saw Nair off her line. Just tries to lift it in.
Why not, eh?
Oh, wow.
Why not?
Not far away. Tanakawa style. Yeah, that looked dubious because if Minami had made contact there, that's a penalty. But Minami doesn't really touch. Kumagay comes in and makes a challenge. The fact Rodman doesn't even protest it says a lot. But that is full time. USA 0, Japan 0. We now head into extra time. Another 30-minute period. We'll have 15 minutes each way, separated by a 5-minute break. And if we still can't determine a winner after that period of extra time, of course we will go to penalties. But yeah, Amir says, do you think Colombia can upset Spain? I think they can. Whether they will is a completely different question, Amir. I think that Spain are incredibly, incredibly strong. That's a really difficult game for Colombia. I think they'll give it as good a go as they can, but it'll be very difficult to pull that off. I think Colombia, they've got good players though. I really like their side. I was just looking at the lineup a moment ago, and obviously with Maya Ramirez back, you've got a nice attack there of Caicedo, Ramirez, and Paz. Is it that plays right wing? Usme attacking midfield. It's a decent little attacking setup. If they can find a goal, then maybe. But I just think that Spain are too strong. So I think they can upset them. I don't think they will. I guess we'll see.
Yes, agreed. Very much agreed. But yeah, 90 minutes is not enough to split these two sides. We will need another half an hour, and then if not, penalty kicks. It's what the Olympics is about. Two of the best sides in the world going toe to toe, fighting it out for a chance in the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Huge moments. This is where the tactics will sink in, yes, but it comes down to that mentality and that the fitness levels of the players.
Yes, Carlos Enrique Santos comes in and says "entendi." I'm guessing that's Spanish. What does that mean, Harry?
Not a clue.
No.
I know.
Shocking.
Something's funny. That's not. I can just tell that. Because he's laughing. But yeah.
Understood, I think. Or I understand.
Oh, right.
Sorry. I don't know how to say. No. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Can't speak Spanish. Anyway, on to the stream, Carlos. Should be an interesting end to this one. But yes, we do, of course, have 4 quarterfinals today. The winner of this will go through to face Germany or Canada, which I think is quite a favourable tie for the US, because both those sides, they've proven in recent history, they can get the better of. They obviously beat Canada in the She Believes thing in March, which they won. So that's a positive sign. Obviously, that wasn't Emma Hayes, but it's still recent. And obviously, Germany, they beat in this tournament, which is... It's going to bring format of the tournament into question if they do end up
Yeah.
playing aside they drew in the groups in the semis. Obviously, we could have that in things like the Euros, but in the men's Euros. But that's because they do have round 16 stage, so it's less likely. But obviously, with only a quarter-final stage here, it's quite likely that we get that. But yeah.
Well, half an hour to go then. Going the distance in this quarter-final, the first quarter-final, going to extra time.
Yeah.
Of course it was. Two very good sides, you can't separate them. Japan have set up superbly.
I love this from Kumage. They're trying to off-put Lindsay Horan. And now she'll smile and show respect, but yeah.
I like it. It's not unnerving. But yeah. Half hour to go. Oh,
There's
right.
a lot to be said about team psychology, right? And obviously I'm not an expert, but from everything I understand and have read about, that huddle, that circle, is quite good. It's usually with winning sides, and there's a clear difference here between the Japan side that are in a circle and the mess that is the US side. They come over as a bit more casual, a little bit more everyone's just about. And yes, I guess you know maybe to relieve nerves in that way, but it's less of a pressure environment.
You're hot as well.
Yeah, I get that, but that togetherness, that like the circle is the shape of strength, right?
Well, yeah.
Togetherness can help, but a change for both sides, I think here. So Japan are bringing in number 5. I think that is a defensive change. Lynn Williams coming on for Mallory Swanson as well. That's understandable. Change up front for the US as they search for a goal.
Yeah. Both sides going to the bench. Half an hour to play.
Yes, so Koga coming off, Takahashi coming on at right centre half. It'll be USA to get us back underway for extra time here. Sophia Smith. Wait for the referee's whistle. Referee taking her time. And now we'll blow a whistle and Smith gets us underway for another 30 minutes of action. Well, 15 minutes of action, Rip. Hasegawa, here comes Japan. Moria. Here is Meiko Hamano. Trying to come forwards. Not a great pass there. But Katsugawa does get there. Trying to bring it forwards. That's good defending from Fox. It's a bit clumsy though.
That
will be a US free.
Did really well initially, and then fell over. Like I need to watch his back again. I don't really know. It's very so here does really well there. Really good show of strength, and then just keeps walking into her. I don't know why.
No, yeah, I don't really know what's happened there.
Manages to knock her off the ball, shove her up, push her out the way.
She can't get her balance back.
And then just keep kind of falling into her.
Yeah.
But yeah, USA were back with the ball, pushing for an opportunity. Who's your winner in extra time then? Or penalties?
It's hard to say.
You said penalties anyway, didn't you? So
I did say that. It's hard to vote against the US, isn't it?
yeah, very.
Japan look good in this game.
They do.
So who knows?
Yeah, right.
There you go, that's my verdict. I haven't given any.
I'll go US in extra time.
Yeah, fair. Here is Naomi Germer. Lifts it forwards. Williams touches it down. Smith takes aim. It's over the bar. Does take a little flick
I was
there.
gonna say, not that is a horrendous effort, but yeah, big block in there from somebody. Took a nick off. Well, the centre halves. No, it was Miyash. No, not that. Can't remember her name now.
Mora. Now you've made me forget
Miata.
it. No. Moria.
That's the one. Corner to USA.
Ball into the box from Lavelle, front post, and that is headed out for another corner.
Yes. Sonnet was adamant. Sonnet was right.
Yeah, came off Rico Ueki there.
Good defending. Counts to be a better corner for USA.
Ball into the box, headed up in the air. Lynn Williams tries to bring it down. Now done. Fox puts it in the box, headed down. And now Miyazawa just getting that clear. And that is all the way to Emma Hayes.
Get her on the pitch. America still pushing. Japan are holding firm.
Gama. Here's Crystal Dunn. Spain Colombia's just got underway, by the way.
That's why I love the Olympics.
Sonnet. As if you're having to play all 4 quarterfinals in one day, it just means that we can get those overlaps.
Yep.
Germa. Here's Lavelle. Rodman. Poor pass. Finds Germa though. It's meant for Fox. Lavelle, and that's a terrible touch, and here comes Japan. All down the line. And that's out. That did come off a US player, I think, in there. Minami clearing it. Took a nick off of Lavelle, and that will be a Japan throw.
Yeah.
Kitagawa, ball inside. Miyazawa. Lovely from Ueki. Moria. Tried to come inside well. Tries to back it forward and can't quite. One height of the pitch by Rico Ueki. Takes aim into the side netting. Sorry, there's Miyazawa in there.
Not a bad effort.
So well, he had to pounce on that mistake from Sonnet into the side netting. Sort of had to look across box there and try and pick out a teammate. Into the side netting.
Yeah, it's a hard one. Japan showing they're still not going down without a fight. The US struggling to find a way through. It's been a resolute performance from Japan. It's been a below par performance from the USA. Dispossessing the midfield once again, but won back and then lost again.
That's one height up the field here. Chancellor Smith. That's a really good
She
save
has to
from
score.
Yamashita.
She has to score. That is a massive chance. Winning the ball back off the back line. Why did she take... Smith take herself too wide. I mean, the ball does most of the work for her, but hit it there.
Yeah.
Takes an extra touch, drags herself wide. It's good goalkeeping. But Sophia Smith has got to do better there. Got to do better. That is ridiculous. Huge chance for America. Goal kick now then. Going to be launched up into the air.
Yeah, Yamashita sending it long. Ueki flicks it on. Miyazawa tried to go up the line but can't. Done. Horan turns and finds Germa now. Rodman. One back in there by Hamano, and that pass forward doesn't quite come off.
Halfway through the first half of extra time. What a mouthful. Japan dropped into what looks more like a 5-4-1 now.
Ball flicked forwards. Smashed away in there. Rodman tries to bring it down. Can't quite. Sonnet. Done. Albert back to Sonnet. Here's Crystal Dunn. Cut out. Albert pokes it up in the air. Heads away, and now Japan will look to break. Nagano.
Lavelle on the deck.
Ueki.
No, sorry, not Lavelle, someone else.
Plays it across. Still alive for Japan though. Miyazawa. Which overlapping Moria then comes inside. Hasegawa puts it in there and no one can make any contact with it. It's out for a US goal kick.
Someone's got to gamble.
Yeah.
This point in the game, the quarterfinals of the Olympics, you're 98 minutes in.
Would that not come off Fox's head in there?
There wasn't a PO. Yes, it
Yes,
did.
it
That's
did.
a corner.
Has it been given as such?
Yes.
Yes, it has. I think so.
It is Albert, receiving treatment. Hopefully she's okay. Obviously, this would create a bit of a problem for the USA.
Stephen asks, is the game opening up? To a certain extent, yeah, but if anything, because it's now extra time, it's definitely less open than it was in the end of that second half there, right at the end of the match, because neither side wants to concede in extra time, so they're both having attacks, they're both coming forwards, but neither side's really getting shots away, neither side's really breaking into the other's penalty area, so in a sense the game is more open, but the chance to score isn't, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Albert still receiving some treatment.
I mean, it just looks like cramp, I think. I'm not a doctor. Maybe not. I mean, she's back on her feet. They might make a change anyway. Here we go then. Corner to Japan. 2 players over it.
Yeah.
Here we go then.
So Kitagawa over this then. Plays it short again, and they're alert to that one now, the US. Forced to Hasegawa. So potential foul there.
Something happened in there.
Nagano taking this ball down the line. Yamashita puts it in towards the back post. Chance for the USA. It's a chance for Japan. Sorry, punched away by Naya. Ball back in there. Blocked by Lynn Williams. Smashed clear by Sophia Smith. Sorry, Trinity Rodman. Here come Japan again. Yamashita. Miyazawa takes aim from range.
Shot wasn't on.
Sorry,
Shot wasn't on.
there. No need to do that, really. There was chances all around. Got to be offside.
What a waste.
Milano.
What a waste. Yeah. Come on, anyway, really.
Oh, there's an option on the right hand side, wasn't there? I think that might have been Miyazawa.
Yeah. Not long to go now. USA just biding their time. As you said, being patient, but you're not wanting to concede. Well, back by Japan again. They like the side in extra time who's going to find the goal.
Yeah. Naomi Gama. Here's Sonnet.
Have the US got an extra gear to go and win this game?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? Can they... Excuse me. Can they actually unlock this Japan backline? This is the toughest chance I've been facing so far. Hamada trying to poke it through to... Put the back heel through to Hizawa. Didn't quite come off.
Free kick anyway to the US. I think she caught Lavelle.
Yeah, she was fighting for it afterwards.
Yeah. A very close game. Could go either way. Very nip and tuck.
Done. Back to her goalkeeper. Alyssa Nair. Now Sonnet. Nair. Gamma looking for a forward pass. Plays it across to Sonnet.
Oh, not good enough from Dan. Pass got to be better.
That's a goal. Trying to play it forwards. Ueki was running for. She was expecting that ball in behind.
Yeah.
Germa. That's really good there from Smith to get away from a marker. Rodman. Can she get a shot away? Trinity Rodman comes inside. Really poor effort.
Dear.
On a minute left of this half, plus whatever is a lot of traditional time.
What was needed from Rodman. Needed to be better in that. That has gone a long way. Didn't catch it right. On her weaker foot. Yeah, not what she's trying to do. Well, closing in on the interval. Ball sent long way. Yamashita.
Here's Horan fighting away for possession, pulled down by Ueki, given us a free kick. That's a soft one in there, but it is a free kick for the USA. Done. Laval. Williams. Done. Now Germa. Ball round the corner into Emily Fox. Fox now. Albert tries to poke it forwards. Well, held in there. Ball through. Horan can't quite collect that pass. Ahmed says it's already been 15 minutes. Geez, time goes fast. Yeah, in extra time it tends to. There hasn't been a lot of additional time, but we are still going here. Ball long for Ueki to chase. Germa. Back to her goalkeeper. Sonnet. And well, a big upset goal. 13 minutes into Spain-Colombia. It's 1-0 Colombia.
Wow. And it's Rodman.
I was going to say, we've just seen a goal at one game where we see another. Oh, Lynn's Williams has put that away from Sophia
Why has
Smith.
Smith not called that? Smith should be screaming at her to leave it.
That's a big call.
I mean, ref is
Big
having a good...
Big moment. Early into that game then, Maya Ramirez goal for Colombia. 2 minutes of additional time, by the way. We're a minute into it already. Here's Trinity Rodman. Cuts inside, takes aim. It's there!
Oh.
Goal for the USA! Rodman cuts in, and it's an excellent finish into the top right, top left corner. Brilliant from Rodman. She just shimmies inside excellently, and that is a magnificent finish from an absolutely incredible player. Great stuff from Rodman. The USA lead by a goal to nil. Finally, a goal in this match. Rodman was onside.
Ooh,
She brought this down well. Came back inside. And it's a really nice finish. Yamashita couldn't quite get there.
And that fatigue from the fullback, couldn't keep out of it. It's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. From Rodman.
Trinity Rodman.
Cuts back, left foot, top corner from a tight angle. Brilliant finish. And the USA lead at half time.
Sometime of extra time. That is USA 1, Japan 0. 15 minutes for Japan to try and get this back.
Huge. Absolutely huge goal. Rodman coming up big for the USA.
Yeah.
And now they've got time to hold on.
Well, we have a momentary pause here. I did
checking it.
briefly mention there a goal in the Colombia game. Myra Ramirez scoring, Lacey Santos setting it up. That's huge.
That is huge. That is huge.
Spain in trouble then. And that goal...
That's not half time yet.
That goal... Oh no, it's not half time. That goal will stand though. And Japan will try and come forwards with
I'm
the
not sure
remaining
why we're playing so much over the 105.
30 seconds. Williams. And here come the USA. Smith. And there we go. That is now half time of extra time.
Yes.
1-0 USA, 15 to play.
Yeah, that is an absolutely massive goal. Brilliant from Trinity Rodman. And that's what I said. It was going to take a moment of quality, a moment of individual brilliance from someone on that pitch, and Rodman was the one to provide it.
Yes.
Really, really good.
X567, Y678 in chat asks goal. Yes.
Cracking name.
That is a goal. Rodman.
Oh.
So our arm was offside, but that sleeve is what's important, and
Yeah.
that was onside. And we do now
Very
have
tight.
a pause in extra time. A chance
Great
on both
shimmy.
sides.
Great finish. It's such a good finish. Ball from Dunn.
Lifting in
Lovely.
behind. Rodman brings under control. Lovely dart inside. And Yamashita actually gets a touch on that as well, which pushes it further up into
Yeah.
that corner.
A huge goal for the
Wow.
USA. They are 15 minutes away from the Olympic semi-finals.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff.
I mean, there's one side that can hold on to a lead in extra time. It is an Emma Hayes USA side.
Yeah.
But yeah, referee is ready to go then. 15 minutes for Japan to fight back and to find an equaliser. They've been brilliant, but now they trail and now they need a goal. They've got to keep going. They've got to push on now. They've got the players on there though. You've got Ueki, you've got Hamano, you've got Miyazawa. Japan can do this. Japan, if they give it everything, can equalise. But we know how good the US are. We know they can hold on as well.
Yeah.
They are lining up that semi-final stage. Huge moment. Brilliant moment for Rodman as well. Had a great tournament. Coming up big when the USA needed her most.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, are there any changes? Yes, double change for Japan. They're going for the game. Because that's Hayashi coming on.
Oh, no, I think that's the only change, to be fair.
I thought it was two players there. Maybe there wasn't.
Right, one on, one off.
Yeah, no, yeah, maybe.
But yeah. Anyway, 15 minutes to play, and we'll wait for Trinity Rodman to take a drink.
Yeah.
So apparently the few minute break we had there wasn't enough time. Might just grab the door, because there's some construction
Do we
work.
grab it?
If you want.
I'll grab it in a minute.
Anyway, it'll be Japan to get us back
Was a
underway.
double change.
There was a double change. We didn't quite catch who's come
Oh,
on.
and now change to the US.
Nice Wonga, I think, coming on in there, is it?
Yeah.
So, who's going where? 5 back?
Maybe.
Surely not, though. No, what?
No.
Nice Wonga just on left midfield.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine they're going to attack much now anyway, so 4-4-2. Lavelov, nice Wonga on. US looking to see it out and make their way into the semi-final. And it is Japan to get us back underway. Ball back to Yamashita. And that's headed on. Unable to be kept in there, though, by Moria. Done. Thrown forwards by Dunn, flicked on by Williams. Japan trying to keep this alive. This attack. And now the ball out wide. Ueki. Kumage. SW asks, how old is Rodman? I don't remember her from the Women's World Cup team. She definitely played the Women's World Cup. As far as I remember, she played the Women's World Cup. But she is only 22. I'm just going to scroll back and make sure she just confirmed she did play the Women's World Cup.
She must have.
I think she did. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say. Let's Andonovski get
I mean, it's quite far back on her personal football, but she did play in the Women's World Cup. Obviously, they lost to Sweden 5-4 on penalties.
Brilliant battling from Japan. Was that not a foul in there? Apparently not. And USA will be able to play on, but that is smashed out of play. It is backs against the wall now for the USA. Get the ball out, get it out the pitch, and do not mess around.
Yeah, Jimmy James asking who scored for the United States. It was, of course, Trinity Rodman. Great finish. Cut inside and just place one into that far top left corner. Ball in from Japan, headed away by Germa. It's going to drop in there for Hayashi.
What a block.
That's a key block in there. It's going to fall on the edge now. Can they make this work? Ueki tries to get a shot away. It's blocked again. Cleared away. Header back forwards. Ueki. Nagano.
There was a...
Here is Hamano. Miyazawa back now to Minami. Nagano. Tries to play that centrally. Can't quite find Ueki.
There was a huge block in there from Sonnet. From point blank range. Here it is again. Ball headed by Germa. Brilliant block.
Yeah.
To deny Hayashi.
Really well.
Great positioning. And eventually gets it cleared. USA holding on for now.
Yeah. Justin Williams says Japan will have one more good look before this is over. Yeah, I think they're still in this very much, Japan. They just need to find that opportunity, don't they? But here come the USA, Sophia Smith, and as many people say, the best form of defence is attack, because Japan can't score right now as the US are in their third. Jimmy James says, thanks, and Trinity was having a terrible game. True, I don't think Rodman was playing particularly well. I don't think any of the US attack was playing particularly well, to be fair.
Couldn't get in the game.
No, I thought Swanson was really quiet today. But yeah, Rodman definitely wasn't having a good game. But a great goal.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
And that's the quality that she possesses. Quiet match and suddenly just springs up with that.
Yeah.
And it's Japan coming forwards now. Ball down the line. Rodman gets back in there. And Miyazawa fights for it, but Rodman sees it out for a goal kick.
Yeah, still time for Japan if they need it. Well, they do need it. They need to find a goal. That's the main thing for Japan now.
11 minutes to go. Ball forward now from Alyssa Naya. Strong challenge in there from Minami, and that's out for a US throw. Justin Williams says only counted 2 fell back yes by Rodman today. Emma must have had a talk.
Probably.
Here's Horan. Fox. Germa. Back now to Naya. SW says it was a well executed game plan from Japan, just couldn't get to pens. Completely agree. Yeah. I mean, that, and additionally, they've had chances and they just haven't been able to put them away. So many opportunities just haven't gone in for them, or like that final ball's not quite there, or decision making to let them down. Rodman's in here, chance for another big save and tips it wide. Yamashita, really good stuff. But the problem is now Japan are committing so much to the attack. They're now getting opened up consistently by that US defence. By that US
Robin squared it. She didn't. She couldn't have sent it in.
She could have, but a player like Rodman bearing it on a goal like that.
Good save, really good save. But yeah, Japan, they tried.
Offside anyway on Trinity Rodman. Yamashita sends it forwards. Flicked on in there. Still trying to bring this ball forwards now. Chima. Puts it in the box. There's no one in there for it. Japan have got to be putting bodies in the box now. One back by Meika Hamano. Does really good. Does really well to hold on to that ball. Fuka Nagano plays it across. And now Tamashita wants to take on Crystal Dunn. Adjusting for in this corner, thrown for Japan. Ueki, Tamashita. Japan's still trying to find a route into the box. The problem is they're stuck in this corner now. Fuka Nagano. Back here just doesn't quite come off. It's going to drop in there for Moria. Now she can put the ball in. Head away by Germa. And that's towards Rodman. It gives Rodman a chance to run down this right hand side. Ball to inside to Horan. Now back to Fox. Germa. Here, Germa on the ball again. Ball inside. USA want to bring it forwards but can't. Germa. Ball in behind for Rodman. Plays it towards Sophia Smith. Kumage gets in there well and Smith goes and clobbers the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Silly from Smith. Yeah. Time running away from Japan. They need a goal. And soon. If not, their Olympics are over.
Yeah.
But they've got the quality to find a goal. They're a very good team. They've given a brilliant account of themselves today. But will it be enough? Or will the USA hold on? Ball's going to have to play. Japan throw.
Minami. Kumage. Ball forwards, head away by Germa. Rose Lavelle, ball for just smashed up the field by the US and it falls to Tamashita. Yamashita, sorry. Moria. And they can't quite get the flick on in there, ball in, they want to be flicked on, doesn't quite come off.
Yeah.
USA with the ball back at their feet with 6 to play now. Here's Emily Fox. Fox plays it forwards. And Smith will get there. And she'll work hard to get around Minami. Now cuts it back. She wants some support. She'll drive inside. Tries to play it. Williams can't. Still fighting for it. Smith. Spills out to Albert. Horan. Here's Rodman. Horan forced back now to Germa. That just pushes that forwards nicely. Sonnet. Here is done.
Just feels like it isn't going to happen for Japan. The US are kind of just seeing. They're doing a very good job of just managing this at the moment.
Yeah. Ball down the line. Shima fighting for it. Ball looped in by Yoaki. Headed away. Williams. Fighting for it against Nagano. Williams used their strength really well. Tries to poke that wide, but ends up just smashing out of play.
It will be a USA free kick though, because apparently there was something in there beforehand. Yeah, put on the shirt from Nagano.
Yeah.
And more respite for the USA. 5 to play. 5 away from the semi-finals of the Olympics. Referee signalling that she would be adding the time on to the US players who are now running down the clock. So still plenty of time realistically, if you'd feel. Japan will know that. That is apparently not a foul. USA can reuse the ball.
Jay Garcia asks how much longer is extended time. Extra time is another 5 minutes. Once we get to 120, there can be more additional time, of course. But yeah, Williams plays it forwards. Sophia Smith. Ball down the line. That will be charged down by Ueki. Now here comes Japan.
Flags up on the USA.
In there. Not long to go now.
No. You feel the quality and the experience of the USA that they can see this out now, but Japan are going to give it everything they've got. Sonnet brings it down. Sonnet puts it out of play.
Japan throwing Ueki.
They still believe.
Live here, Ueki trying to bring it forwards. Can she cross it in? No, she'll let that go for a Japan corner. So this is a chance. 3 minutes left on the clock.
To load up the box. This would be an incredible goal if they would find the back of the net. Find the back of the net now.
Hayashi over it. Can she pick out a teammate in the box? It's towards the near post. It's another poor one.
That is not good enough. At this point in the game, you've got to put a corner in that's better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woeful, really.
Yep.
And there goes what looks like Japan's last real chance, because US with, well, I guess still 2 minutes, but US will be able to send this long. Try and find a corner. Fox down, holding a knee. Hope this is nothing serious. There'll be Arsenal fans all over the globe praying.
Referee will stop the clock once again. I think we're going to see quite a bit of additional time. Fox is still down. She'll receive treatment. All the while, the referee will stop the clock.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just give Japan a chance to talk to, Akita a chance to talk to the players, try and get a bit more positivity in that camp, remind them of what they're trying to do in possession.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough now for Japan to envision them finding something. US have played so well in extra time. There was the thing is, as much as US haven't really liked scoring, Japan. They've had some chances, but nothing clear cut.
Yeah.
You can't point to any moments in the game where you go, well, that should have gone in the back of that. Maybe Moria's effort that went flying over the bar, but even then, it's a difficult chance. I think the US have had the big opportunities and they put them away, but yeah.
Well, hopefully Fox is alright to continue.
She looks anything but that, to be honest. So she's hobbling off in a lot of discomfort.
I don't think she is,
which is very worrying for her as a player, of course, and she seems to be in a lot of pain here. It's also very worrying for Arsenal. We are less than a month away from their first competitive fixture.
49 days to WSL.
49 days to WSL. We are 30 days away from their first competitive fixture as they have to qualify for the Women's Champions League. And well, that is their starting right back hobbling off.
Yeah.
So a worrying sign for Arsenal fans, and of course, not good at all for USONT. So Kreuger will come on in her place, Casey Kreuger, for the last few minutes here. We have no indication yet of what the additional time will be, because the board's been used, of course, for that substitution, but I'm sure we'll find out now. It will be... That looks like a 2 to me. Or a 5. It's 2. 2 additional minutes. Williams. I think that Fox was down for more than 2 minutes, I'm not sure.
Yeah, plus all stoppages for time.
Exactly what I mean.
It's like they've changed the FIFA rules. One back
Here's
by
Lynn
Williams.
Coming forwards. That's blocked in there. And then Williams jumps in front of that clearance from Moria.
Well, Japan have got to get it up the other end very quickly somehow. But it's the US with the ones on the ball. They pass it into the corner. It will go out for a Japan goal kick. They've got a minute to send this ball long. No time to waste.
Ball forwards. Horan does well in there. Akita helping them get it going quickly. Ball forwards. Flicked on. Here's the opportunity. Chima.
Oh, what is that?
Terrible effort. She tries to put it in the box. She just catches it all wrong. 30 seconds to play.
Not good enough.
No, Chiba at this moment just, can't do better than that.
Well, you think that'll be it?
Flicked on there by Horan. Rodman smashes it forwards. And that's out now for a throw.
It's got to
Back
go
now
long.
to Yamashita. That's something for the Japanese national side to chase. Ball out for a throw. 19 seconds over now, so any moment the whistle could be blowing. Japan have got to just put this in there. That's really poor.
Or kick it out of play.
Come on, I'm unable to get it under control. And you think that will be it for Japan, and it is. The referee whistle sounds. A breath of relief for Trinity Rodman, for all of the USA. A 1-0 victory. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't comfortable, but it is, most importantly, their win, and they will be through to the semi-finals of the Olympics.
Yes, they will. Congratulations, USA. Final four once again, and they have a very good chance now of taking home a medal. Japan, they played well. They set up really well. The game plan was quality. Just did not pay off in the end. It was a really good performance, but coming away with nothing.
Yeah, indeed. That's it's disappointing for Japan. For US, it is good to see them progress. They'll face the winner of Canada-Germany in a couple hours' time, so make sure to look out for that game if you want to see who US will play in the semi-finals. Obviously, right now, Colombia are still beating Spain by a goal to 0, which is a fascinating one over there. 37 minutes played, 1-0, Colombia, with Maya Ramirez finding that goal. So that's very interesting. We'll be back at 8 o'clock tonight for France versus Brazil, so get on over to that stream page and join us in what is, I think, only a few hours' time now, 3 hours' time. So, yeah, should be a good one. Join us for that later.
Yes.
In the meantime, of course, enjoy the rest of the Olympics football. And we'll be back at 8 o'clock. Steve Mason, appreciate you watching today. So thanks for commentary. Much appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in. As I say, we'll be back later on. Join us there. If you're new around here, also make sure to subscribe. It massively helps us out. And it means you get notified when we're live, so you can join us for all the Olympics games. But that is everything from us today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. And we'll see you next time.